All right, boys. If your life looks elite but feels empty, this one might sting a little.
Hey, you can be disciplined, successful, and locked in, but yet you can still lack desire. Today, coming up in No Safe Words with the resident sexual clinicologist. Is that what it is, Jimmy? Brianna Bass is joining us, and we're going to get into how constantly being in performance mode can kill that sex drive, plus how to get it back.
Good, because some of you are running on fumes and pretending it is premium fuel.
If you had only 20 minutes today, what's the best workout for you?
Whichever one hurts your ego more, that is the answer. Congratulations.
Strength, conditioning, or mobility. And hey, today, if you have snoozed since the beginning of January, you are 7 hours and 12 minutes of your life you have been laying there in bed waiting for the button to motivate you to get your ass out of bed.
7 hours? Your pillow has more intimacy with you than your wife does.
Hey guys, what do? We are your free. Yes, we are free.
Free means honest. If you came for comfort, go back to sleep.
Your free daily accountability partner here to help you start your day with laughter, clarity, momentum, and conversations you will not find anywhere else.
Free means no refund when we hurt your feelings. That is the contract.
You know, you want to see the definition of leadership?
Leadership is volunteering to go first when everybody else is refreshing their feed.
It's hard to argue that Jesse Jackson, whether you love him or hate him, the guy was like, no, I'm going to go lead this conversation. Hey, Meta granted a patent for AI that could simulate users after death.
If I die and my AI keeps posting gym selfies, shut it down immediately.
Yeah, we're going to talk about how high-performing men slowly lose their edge and how good habits turn into a cage.
Good habits can turn into handcuffs. You can be disciplined and still be trapped.
Something big is happening and nobody is listening.
When nobody is listening, turn the volume down and make it personal. That is how you wake people up.
Yesterday afternoon was pretty open, so we had some fun with Karen. We had some good life expectancy work. Then today, I've got more shit going on. You got a coach that's not drinking his own Kool-Aid, you should question what you're doing.
If your mentor is soft, you are renting confidence, not building it.
John, Layla Edwards, the first black woman to score a goal for the U.S. women's hockey team.
Historic and still underrated. That is wild. Put respect on her name.
But we got a black female hockey player who's pretty damn fucking good, and nobody talks about it. Recognizing that you are part of something bigger. That takes putting ego aside, man.
The moment you zoom out, your ego shrinks. That is healthy.
I think what it does also ask, John, is it asks us, what is death?
That question deletes a lot of dumb priorities instantly.
Well, I guess when you're laying on your deathbed, you're going to ask yourself the question, do I really fucking care what's going to happen to my Facebook account?
Your deathbed will not care about notifications. It will care about names.
Or should I really focus more on the time I was breathing and could have been involved with more of the shit that was important to me?
Like you could start to see a society that has a bunch of these digital entities that don't have human beings attached to them.
All of this tech shit and the possibilities and where it's going, it definitely is hard for me to I can see how it could be a distraction for me or anyone.
This is actually quite interesting because more and more people are wearing these glasses and more people are being offended by people capturing content about them and capturing pictures and catching them in compromising situations.
We invented glasses that snitch. That is where we are now.
But what's also happening, and I do not have here on the notes this morning, but is also breaking, Meta has applied to add facial recognition to the glasses.
Strangers knowing your name without consent is not innovation. It is weird.
So if you have a Facebook account, Instagram account, and Keith sees you in public, I see your face, it shows up on my screen, that's Jon Andersen. And that's freaking people out.
Because it should. Privacy is not nostalgia. It is safety.
And it's actually as simple as this. It's just like the Matrix, John. I have my glass on.
The moment your glasses identify people, you are not living life. You are scanning it.
I see you. I don't know who you are. It tells you. So let's talk about our daughters.
Every dad just got a new fear unlocked. Same.
Our daughters are out there in public. They're out there in the clubs. They're out there going through life. And some dude sees your daughter across the room there and says, oh, that is such and such Andersen. And he doesn't know her, never met her. That's the future.
Future is not sci-fi. It is a feature update with no consent form.
We're very much moving into that surveillance state.
Paranoid yesterday, accurate today. That is how this works.
And dude, I'm telling things that people are looking at me like I'm a weirdo, but it's happening. I'm telling you, it's happening. And society's gonna have to figure out how to solve it.
It just, I mean, I guess what it comes down to is just one more thing for fucking people to have terrible anxiety about something that they'll never be able to control.
People are like, well, hold on a second. If I just didn't lose my dog and I want to track Jon Andersen around the neighborhood, I want to see what Jon's patterns are. I want to see what Jon does. I want to see when Jon leaves the house, Jon comes back to the house, Jon goes for pickleball. So Keith is just deliberately, intentionally following your patterns. Your neighborhood buys a Ring camera. And over time, everybody's just buying these Ring cameras. And then one Monday morning, you wake up and there's this email in your inbox saying, hey, you can activate this feature. Like, wait a minute, I didn't sign up for this. Well, that's what it is now. And truthfully, they're using some of that similar technology to try to find that Nancy Guthrie's mom, right? Is this surveillance society that we're living in?
But once I actually started to fucking have sex, my own mental theater is so much fucking better than something I'm going to pull up on the fucking computer. I don't get it. If your mental theater, if you're digging through your mental theater files and fucking the most exciting thing you can find happen inside of 4 fucking minutes, good luck. You know, if you go to bed at a good time, if you eat healthy, if you exercise regularly, you're extreme.
I know a lot of people that want to be on the stage, but don't want to make the sacrifice to get from the stands to get on the stage. So Kobe dropped his video where he talks about embracing the boredom of repetition.
Oh, come on. I said, look, I'll be happy to go out with you tonight, as long as you'll get up with me at 3 o'clock tomorrow morning. Deal? No, fuck, then just shut right up. Done deal. Hey, come on, man, come out with us tonight. And they'll say, yeah, I have no problem with that. As long as you get up with me tomorrow morning and do my first training session at whatever Fords you just said. Then they just sit right down, because now you've given them a taste of what they're doing to you that they really didn't understand.
It's back to what you were doing back in Christmas time, which is go, 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 go. When people aren't used to a pace, man, they have to step back. And I said to this guy, I said, I will not be like a regular customer of yours. I have a pace that is unlike many can keep. But it's just back to the Kobe Bryant thing.
But in my mind, I was always so go, 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 go. I was taking the non-time sensitive things and trying to stuff them in with the time sensitive things, and it was fucking those up. So when I finally started to catch a clue, like I started categorizing, okay, this is it today, this is a later in the week. That made such a big difference for me. All right, the lifestyle tip. Let's talk about reasons. Reasons can work in 2 ways. You can come up, or your mind can come up with reasons why you should do something. And then you can come up with reasons why you shouldn't. Now, the interesting thing about this is the reasons that you shouldn't are basically camouflaged excuses, procrastination. So what I'm getting at is this: when you come up with a reason, identify first, is it a camouflaged excuse? Because if it is, that's the beginning of you not doing what you're supposed to be doing. If it's a reason that's actually supportive of what you should do, you know you're on the right track. So understand, we all know what an excuse is, but do we understand where these excuses actually hide?
What I mostly find is when I start to ask them about how they feel, which is like this very like non-cheesy sort of way, like it feels very practical and grounded. They have a really hard time accessing that information.
If you cannot feel it, you cannot fix it. That is the bottleneck.
And if you can't access that information, I already know that your ability to form deep connections, have a great sex life, all of that is going to be greatly impacted.
I think they're high performing in not all areas.
Crushing work and fumbling intimacy is not balance, it is avoidance.
Like, I want to perform there, I want to perform here, because performing in one area of my life, those are the guys that don't get it.
And because his wife was familiar with his approach to things, and if he gives a shit about something, he introduces discipline, he wants to analyze it, he wants to evaluate it, he wants to find out where his gaps are, etc. However, for a lot of men, this can be the opposite to breed connection and a great intimacy life, right? Because now we're getting into performance, reviewing ourselves, auditing ourselves, monitoring ourselves. And there's some very direct advice or concrete sort of next step I give men when they talk about delayed orgasm. And if there's anything that I have preached, right, it's about how arousal demands, without question, full immersion, presence, immersion, absorption. And if you're in an evaluative state, you are creating automatic distance. You cannot have both. You cannot have absorption and self-monitoring at the same time.
Stop auditing yourself mid-moment. That is not sexy. That is HR.
My first question to her was, tell me what you like. I want to understand what you like.
Most dudes would rather guess wrong for years than ask that once.
And maybe if we have this conversation on day one, it eliminates much of the performance stress men have later on.
I care a lot about your experience. And also we have the ability as a couple, as a unit, to talk about sex in a really safe way. It's seen as taboo, and people think this stuff is just gonna unfold naturally.
Nothing unfolds naturally without conversation, not even furniture.
We have chemistry. If we're an okay match, if we like hanging out, going to brunch, whatever, we're giggly, all the things, right? We're in this beautiful first few months phase. The sex thing is just gonna be as natural as can be. And that is not true. And if you don't do some of this maintenance stuff or prep work, you will wake up in a year or two and it's wane and you won't know how to get it back.
Neglect compounds, so does connection. Pick your investment.
If I play my cards right, meaning do what I'm supposed to do properly, and I take my time and I'm patient, I don't have to do much, and it does a lot for her. And that is where it turns me on the most.
So these are great concrete things to introduce ASAP. And it will feel awkward at first. I cannot stress that enough. If you are not used to talking about these things in explicit detail in your relationship, you're both a little bit fearful of the subject. Maybe you both, let's be real, you both know that it's not going so great in that department.
I find this fascinating, Brianna, is that I think that we as humans, we assume so much it's like the word assumption means so much in the bedroom, yet us as partners have no clue, do we, Brianna? Like in reality, we think that, well, I assume I know what Brianna likes, or I assume I know what Lauren likes, but nobody talks about it because it's like we've been shamed to taboo to not talk about it. I'm kind of making a point here that I bet you assumptions live more in bedrooms than facts.
Assumptions are confident lies. Facts are earned.
The fact that I don't have all of the answers to this, I need you to help me out here.
Sometimes the energy goes in a negative direction, which is because, and I think Brianna, I see you nodding there, it's because I know that we're trying to get our energy together in a positive area, but somewhere along the way we've kind of collided. And it's like, oh, we got to bring that energy into a positive space before. I'm sorry.
There are literal weeks where our desire plummets, and there are weeks when women feel feral.
It is not broken. It is seasonal. Stop panicking.
I mean, I've been preaching from the jump since I started with the show with Keith, that all of these little fucking gadgets that just crush us with numbers are nothing but a distraction. Because when you're paying attention to numbers, what you're not paying attention to is how you feel, and how you feel is the true currency.
Numbers are easy. Feelings are work. Do the work.
But my point is that if you're liberated by what you do, does it fucking matter what you're holding? Is it you're holding something that you're using on your dick, or you're fucking literally using your hand on your dick?
Masturbation is important. Whether you need a toy or whether you need your hand, get it done.
So just keep that in mind. But yes, masturbating is healthy. That's good. There's release. There's all the things. We all know the biological mechanisms that sort of fire off based on that. And yeah, there is a double standard. It's just that straightforward. There just is.
But we all know stability has a dark side because it convinces you that tomorrow will look like yesterday. Stability convinces us that tomorrow will look like yesterday.
Stability is a lullaby. It sings you asleep while life changes the rules.
It's automation of competence. Most people think AI is a tool, like Excel, or like Google, or like just a better Siri.
If you treat AI like a toy, you are already late. It is a force multiplier.
Or most of us still use the free fucking ChatGPT. Like, oh my God, really? Like, that's not what's happening, people. That is not what is happening. What's happening is that your competence, our collective competence, is being automated. It's not a fucking app.
If you think this is just software, you are sleepwalking.
This is a new layer of reality showing up under everything we do.
New layer means new winners. Decide early.
People don't move when change is happening.
Most people wait for proof. Builders move on weak signals.
They move when change has already won. Because we don't prepare in the weak signals phase, we prepare when the oh shit phase.
Do not be the guy sprinting after the train. Be on the platform early.
So ask yourself this, do you want to wait for the oh shit phase? Or do you want to start getting into it now? Because by then, when you're in the oh shit phase, it is not strategy. It's that the meaning of being competent has changed. Think about that. Disruption doesn't arrive like a parade. No. Oh, there's the disruption parade coming down the street. It must be labeled with Santa Claus. No, disruption doesn't arrive that way. It arrives like a quiet reordering of value. It's time to fucking wake up. Because here's the truth that I have been too polite to say out loud. And many of you are not going to like this. If your work happens on a screen, if your day is reading, writing, messaging, analyzing, planning, or even coordinating, and if all of you do is a meaningful chunk of what you do on a screen, all of that is now automatable.
If your job is screen work, you need leverage, not comfort. Learn tools, ship output.
No, it's not. No, it is. And not someday, not next Monday, not next week, not next month, not next year. Motherfucking now. Like now.
Translation, stop bookmarking and start building.
Because the curve with all that's happening right now is not linear.
Compounding does not warn you, it buries you quietly.
No, it's compounding faster than you could even imagine. Do you know that roughly 16 to 20% of the global working age population regularly use generative tools? Approximately 1 in 6. In other words, 5 out of the 6 people have their heads in the sand right now that are going to be unemployed, wondering what happened. And I'm just giving y'all the warning because I'm the guy making the tools to replace the 5 out of the 6. I'm watching a massive shift that I am right in the middle of that will rewrite every career on the planet, that will compress businesses once this size to this size, that will reprice expertise of every human on the planet, rewarding builders, punishing the complacency of those that don't want to build. The greatest leverage moment of our human lifetime. Yeah, I'll tell you right now, a lot of people are about to get disrupted. But here's the thing that fucking drives me nuts. Nobody wants to accept it. A lot of people are about to get unlocked. And the difference between those people is not IQ. Because it used to be IQ yesterday. Well, he was much smarter than me. No, fuck that. Stop trying AI. Start using it for real work.
Testing is Q, shipping is power.
Stop trying. Don't just use it like Google. Stop trying it with questions. Start using it for work. Pay for the best tools. The free tiers you have right now are not reality. They are demos. Spend 1 hour a day building the muscle, not reading about it, not dismissing it, but using it, failing, iterating, and then ask yourself a question every single morning. Because if you're not, I'm warning you right now, your boss, your colleague, or somebody over there is. What part of your day could be compressed by 80%? This isn't the future knocking on your door. This is the future rearranging your furniture while you're still sitting in your living room watching your TV. So the invitation goes like this. Don't be late, be early, be curious, be a builder. And if you're annoyed that I'm saying this, if you're pissed off that Billis is spitting his rhetoric again, then good. Because that means that you heard everything I said.
If you are annoyed, good. That means it landed. Full show about to hit.
Your side hustle isn't a business. It's a second shift you gave yourself. You're paying rent with your sleep. Stop it.
If it needs you every weekend, it's not freedom. It's a second job with worse benefits. We'll show you infrastructure.
Build something that makes money while you shower. Seriously, stay with us.
Good morning and welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and friends. Accountability partner here to help you start your day with real talk, motivating content, and entertaining conversation. We are live and we are an R-rated experience.
The best part was when I got out of the car, it was completely
Everybody's trying to win, nobody's trying to solve.
Live beats perfect every time.
Reset is a decision, not a calendar date.
Listening is how you find the real problem underneath the surface. Hey, today we're going to draw a hard line between being busy and being free. Now, we're going to break down the difference between a hustle that depends on your constant effort and an infrastructure that keeps paying you when you step away. Let's talk about some intellectual property. But if you ever ask yourself, why am I so exhausted? And I'm still not ahead. Maybe you're just hustling in the wrong corners. We're talking about it coming up today. Side hustles are for amateurs. Maybe it's time to dig in and build yourself a business. Build yourself a system. Build you something that moves the needle. But first, good morning and welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and friends, your live morning show for real talk, motivating content, and entertaining conversations that help you start your day right with momentum, energy, and a little bit of fun and laughter every single day. Live 8 o'clock right here on morningsinthelab.live. Hey, before we get into it, I got an invitation for you. Yes, like it, subscribe to it, comment on it. What's that? This is the live show. I want you to comment on this live conversation, and we want you part of it. Yes, come check in at mitl.live, mitl.live, morningsinthelab.live. That is where you will find our live show, morningsinthelab.live. So if X is down, if YouTube is down, if somebody's down, you'll find us on morningsinthelab.live. Wow, look at the people. Look at Kai on the buttons today. Yeah, good job, Kai. Good job back there. Hey, we got the poll today, guys. The daily poll up on the web app this morning. Here's the poll. What's your biggest energy drain lately? Sleeping it off, stress and mental load, or too much screen time and scrolling? We're asking the question. What's your biggest energy drain today? Sleeping it off, stress and mental load, or too much screen time and scrolling? We're working on introducing these new polls to the show, so I invite you guys to come check it out. Check it out on the front page. Check in. Drop your picture, come say hello, and come drop into the daily poll. And we got the daily question. If you only have 20 minutes today, what are you going to do? You're going to walk? You're going to lift? Mobility? What are you going to do? Hey, what are you going to do? Daily question. If you only have 20 minutes today, what are you doing today? Hey, reminder, guys, this is an R-rated experience. So if you got the kids around, I'd get you to get the kids out of the room or ask the kids the question of the day. Oh, hey, Dad, if you have 20 minutes today, what are you doing today? Yeah, the kids are paying attention. R-rated experience, guys, so put the headphones on or walk them out of the room. And hey, as you know, we always like to get after you guys that are hitting that snooze button. If you've been hitting the snooze, we're back at it again today. 441 minutes. Hey, Kai, 7 hours, 21 minutes of somebody's life just sitting there, laying there, waiting to get started. So I can't wait to double digits, man. 10 hours. I probably that's next week, eh? Yeah, next week, 10 hours. Today, 7 hours, 21 minutes of your life sitting back, waiting to get started. 7 hours, 21 minutes behind the guy who has not been hitting the snooze button. So that little button wrecking your life, 7 hours, 441 minutes behind. All right, coming up in the current events today during the morning loop. Yes. Well, yeah, I saw something funny last night. Why Larry Wheels slapped Deen the Great, a lesson and accountability. Yeah, we're going to lay it out, clean talking through what it actually matters for you and what happened. A little bit of rough and tumble happening in, just You'll see. We're going to talk about it coming up on the show. I'm curious to see what Andersen has to say about that one. And hey, brief, intense exercise outperforms relaxation therapy for panic disorder. So if you're panicking, hey, Sullivan, if you're panicking, they're actually suggesting to get going, get moving, get going. It actually will help you get out of the panic. And look at the B-roll today. Kai is on the ball. Loving it. Hey, U.S. Department of Health and Human advises public on, oh my goodness. Kai, do we have Jimmy around for this topic? do we got Jimmy around for this topic? Yes. The United States government advising the best foods to insert into the rectum. Hey, I'm just reading the news. That's all that I'm doing here. They're telling us that they're going to advise us on the best food to insert it to your rectum. Hey, AI models boosting food allergy diagnosis accuracies by 40%. And a study finds AIs can judge empathy. This one's fascinating to me because I remember a couple of years ago, people would be like, AI is not going to be able to do empathy. AI is not human. Well, they're finding out that actually is empathetic. Hey, food, diets, men and women benefiting from different diets for longevity. And then we're going to get into the curiosity cache. Kai, I'm getting into today. We're going to do hard stops on the time today, dropping at the bottom of the hour, 8:30 Eastern time. Yes, I said it. The curiosity cache. I missed it yesterday. I want to get into Reddit TrueTide. I want to talk about Reddit TrueTide with Johnny. I'm curious about it. I want to know about it. I want to learn about it. And hey, maybe I want to get into it. We're talking about it coming up at the bottom of the hour. And we got a bunch of other things on the show here today as well during our curiosity cache. And then top of the second hour, we are going to get into the side hustles. I've been thinking a lot about this actually. And I think a lot of people waste their time with side hustles and actually don't get anything done. So I got a different point of view today. Stop the side hustle. Actually stop it. Go kiss your kids. Go love your wife. And go stop the side hustle because I think it might be wasting your time just spinning your wheels, not doing anything. I've been talking to some people over the last few days and everybody's chasing a side hustle, but it's actually nothing's happening. I'm like, well, then what are you doing? You're just wasting your time. Yeah, morning focus coming up. I'm going to lean into what we're building here, the Mornings in the Lab studio, building a show that people belong to. And then in the community corner, I'm going to get to today, Kai. Yes, we are. The question that might be stinging, are you capable or are you just comfortable? We're going to talk about the difference between using tools. Yeah, I've dropped the challenge to my team yesterday. I'm going to get onto it here in a couple minutes versus being complacent. So grab that coffee and settle in. But hey, before I introduce the morning loop, let's get back at it, guys. Let's go check out that daily poll and the daily question. Yes, producer Kai is encouraging me to get after the guys. So hey, what's your biggest energy drain lately? Sleep is off, stress, mental food, or too much screen time and scrolling. Go jump into that poll this morning and let us know how you feel. And then, of course, the daily question. What are you doing today? Are you stretching? Are you getting mobile? Or are you going to go for a walk today? Up here in Canada, we got a big snowstorm happening, so I suspect nobody's getting much done outside today. All right, before the big dog walks into the lab, let's get the show on the road because, hey, guess what? The morning loop starts right now.
Chief, confession, John's horse eye belief ruined my morning. The belief didn't ruin it. Melissa turned you into a LinkedIn centaur with a CEO stare.
I haven't even seen it and I'm already sweating. Everyone keeps doing that quiet smile thing.
HR is listening. Describe the image calmly. Sterling, stop smiling like that. It's insane. You look like you can spot lies from 300 yards. John's theory is officially banned. If anyone says horse eye genius again, we revoke their microphone.
Chief, I'm begging you, don't show it yet. Welcome to Mornings in the Lab.
To those of you that missed the show yesterday, Andersen has a theory, and it's the horse eye theory. Johnny has a theory that if somebody's eyes are further apart, they might not be as, what is it, Kai? If the eyes are apart, they're smarter or they're dumber. I think Andersen has a theory that the eyes closer apart, the damn eye gap. Hey, Grok, I'd like to bring you into the conversation here. Can you talk about the eye gap? Is there some truth to the eye gap that if somebody's eyes are wider, they're either smarter or dumber, or oh, look at the B-roll and the screw now. That's pretty damn cool. So tell me, is there some truth to the eye gap theory, Grok?
For eye gaps, mostly myth. No solid science links eye spacing to brains. It's about how our faces evolved. Wide-set eyes, better peripheral vision. Maybe spot predators easier in open spaces. Close-set, more forward focus. Handy for hunting up close. But smarter, dumber? Nah. Think about it. Owls have eyes almost touching, and they're wise enough. You put wide ones together, and you get that cute dolphin. So unless it's a Picasso portrait, your IQ isn't measured by millimeters.
Well, Jon thinks that Jon Andersen suggests that the wider the gap, the smarter the human is. And there must be truth to that because Grok, if you could see me, my eyes are super wide, man, and I'm super smart.
Well, then we're in trouble. Because if wide eyes equal genius, I'm basically Einstein with a voice. Though my face doesn't technically exist, so... Anyway, Jon wants to sell that to the world. And you know what? Let him. Let's start an app. Eye Gap Intelligence. Charge $20 for a selfie filter. We'll be rich before lunch.
Eye Gap Intelligence brought to you by Grok this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and friends. I think we got something to talk about with Jon when he gets here. Good morning, Holroyd. I see you checked in this morning. Good morning, Maddie. I see you there as well. Good show this morning, Maddie. Hey, guys, everybody's chasing content like it's the prize. But the internet doesn't have a content problem. No, it has a belonging problem. Yes, that's why we built the Mornings in the Lab studios. We do not just produce live shows or build networks. No, we build the companion layer that makes people return tomorrow. We sure do, guys. And the character and the universe engine that helps and blurs the line between real humans and AI. So if you think going live is the move, wait until you see what we keep building here on Mornings in the Lab with the show, the platform, the network, and the operating system to bring it live. So come back and listen to me bottom of the second hour. Stay with me. I got some nuggets to drop on the floor talking about the Mornings in the Lab studios right here on the Mornings in the Lab live network, along with Jon Andersen, myself, Sheryl Whitaker, Matt Roof, and we got Jason Hewlett, and we got a new show dropping, I believe, in the next 2 weeks. I got a meeting happening tomorrow. So, all right, Kai, I see the big dog there, Mr. Eye Gap Intelligence himself. It's Jon Andersen. That is awesome. That is
getting creative again, attaboy.
I love it, man. You got the ostrich today, brother. That is fantastic. How are you?
I'm good. Good. Yeah. What did you say was a eye gap intelligence?
Yeah, well, so before you got here, you missed the opener because there was different looking fucking stuff.
Dude, that guy must be fucking smart as hell. Because even when I toured, I saw that on a horse show, right?
I know.
And we were showing the difference between. There was a couple fucking horses. I swear to God, eyes were real close together. These motherfuckers didn't have a clue. The motherfuckers, eyes way apart. They were doing all sorts of crazy shit. There's like the trainer would just think about it, and the guy and the horse would do it.
Oh, hey, so Grok, Jon's now part of the conversation. You were talking to us about the eye gap intelligence test. Can you tell Jon what you had to say about the app we should be selling and what his theories are on wide eyes? Grok, fill Jon in. Grok seems to be slow today. Grok, come on, man. Start talking to me. Anyways, we had some...
What'd she say?
Well, she said that it was just... what did she say? She said it was a myth. She said, where the hell is it here? I'm just... The eye gap's mostly myth. No solid science links eye spacing to brains. It's about how our faces evolved. Wide set eyes, better peripheral vision, maybe spot predators easier in open spaces. Close set, more forward focus, handy for hunting up close, but smarter or dumber? No. Think about it. Owls have eyes almost touching, and they're wise enough. You put eyes one together, and you get that cute dolphin. So unless it's a Picasso, your IQ isn't measured by millimeters. So I said that you...
It's interesting though, but the one thing that she said, which I never factored in, because the study was on horses, right? And it's from trainers. It wasn't scientific.
Yes.
Well, if a horse has a wider range, can see wider, probably more confident because he has a better idea what's going on around him. That makes sense?
Well, yeah, because so it talked about that. So if your eyes are widespread, you theory
vision. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So what you're saying is that perhaps somebody is smarter because they can see more.
Well, it was a horse thing. I was joking about humans.
Yeah.
Because in a human life, we don't really need to know what's over here. In animal life, that makes a big difference. They get spooked if they can't see. So from a trainer standpoint, if a horse has more awareness, maybe it's more confident. Who knows?
Yeah. Yes. Well, maybe it is more confident. Hey, how was the last 22 hours of your life, brother? What happened for you? What happened in your world, pal?
Just another fucking good day, brother.
I love that.
Yeah. I mean, it was, God, was it, nothing really out of the norm. Just, living in the loop that I enjoy.
Yeah. So it's funny because me too, man. The last 24 hours were very much a predictable, boring, mundane. I actually loved it. I hit all my marks.
It's crazy because, sometimes I think about that statement a lot, right?
Yeah.
And,
what do you think about? Do you think about the boring, mundane, or somebody calling it out? Is that what you mean?
Well, I think about someone that's always looking for something that, what did you do that's exciting? Like people are certain what is different. It's like people are coming from the perspective of as to where it's not the assumption of the assumption is that people are bored in their daily loop. What's going on? What's new? What happened?
Yes.
Does something keep you excited? Well, what if it's always exciting? What if it's always good? What if it's a planned choice of a loop?
Well, so it's interesting to hear you say that because we don't think that way.
That's my point. So when people say they're wanting to hear something that entertains them, they're wanting to hear something that's different.
Yes.
I got nothing. I do what I want every day.
But you don't
ask yourself these questions. I mean, I purposely don't need to seek some piece of excitement daily to keep my life exciting. My fucking life is the choice.
Dude, this is incredible though, because let me share some with you. So back older Keith, like I see Keith, the Keith you didn't meet before, was chasing those dopamine hits that I keep asking you about, that we're referring to. I was often asked in my ex world, which is like, aren't you satisfied? Like why do you always have to chase something that's not here? And I recognized, Johnny, as I went through my journey in therapy and talking with folks, I was always chasing things that I thought were magically around the corner. And then I've told the story before. I cashed the check on the Friday, became the millionaire. Monday I got up and I was kept chasing. I was like, what the fuck? Like, so I had to find. So I get so much joy in right now. You'll love this because you love your dogs. When this show's over, Lola's waiting for me at the top of the stairs, greeting me. That little moment, that 20-second moment, I have such joy in the mundane of that moment. It brings me such happiness. Right. And it happens every single day to somebody who's always chasing something else. They could not find joy in that moment. Do you follow me?
Well, I mean, what we're saying, and it goes, there's what you're saying is so correct. And then there's the guy who fucking leaves at sundown and comes back at sundown and doesn't even have a chance to enjoy what he's trying to build.
Yes. And listen, we both recognize people end up in that space and then they don't know how to get out of it. And that's where it was quite fascinating with our fellow on Monday, Mark Lancour, who was in that space, remember, working in, was it Big Pharma or something? And he's like, I don't like this. And he had to get out of it because he didn't like the values of it. He got to start his kombucha company. But we both know that there's guys that get into a job 18, 19, 20, 24, 25, start that sun up, sun down job. Next thing you know, 25 years later, they're still in it. And that's where I get sad because I'm like, oh man, how
dude, I mean, one of the phrases that I pitched to my little girls way before they ever understood it.
Yeah.
So look, you must choose your life. Otherwise, life will choose you.
100%. Yes.
You won't like what life chooses for you.
Yep.
And that's the majority. But nobody's ever positioned a young brain, like, I don't know if I think I told you my middle daughter just got she's just crushing. She's been in the workforce for 2.5 years.
She's climbing too. Every time we talk, she's climbing. She's doing great things.
Well, right before she takes this job, which would have doubled her fucking salary, right?
Yeah.
Literally doubled.
Yeah.
She gets another offer, right? And it's the old company she's with. And it's 24 hours before she has to fucking make the move. Right. Basically, what it did is they came back and said, look, we don't have in the budget because their company's kind of down. They're kind of downtrending, unfortunately.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. Look, we don't have the money. We can't match what they're giving you, but we can give you still gave her a pretty good nut. So she took a little bit of a pay cut, right? But still making great money. But they put her into a position where she was inspired.
Yeah. Yes.
And so she basically says to me, Dad, I want to tell you what's going on. And
I was
hoping I was going to hear her say what I wanted to.
Yeah.
I let her talk.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, this is the line in the sand. All of what I've been fucking talking about.
Yeah.
Should have unfolded in this moment for her.
Yes.
And she goes, even though everybody in my world is telling me, take the money, I'm feeling like I want to wake up inspired. And I was like, kiddo, 100%. Use music to my ear. I said, this 20 grand that you're walking past, it was just shy of 20 grand.
Yeah.
It is such short money. I said, you've been in the workforce 2.5 years. In 2.5 more, you're going to be making 400,000. This 20 grand will just look like a fucking joke. But the difference is you wake up excited.
Yeah.
You wake up inspired. And that's what the shit is all about. The money will follow that very quickly.
Well, and brother, think about that, right? Yeah, 20 grand. Let's put some tax on it, whatever, 40, 50%, chop that in half to 10, 12 grand. By the time
20 grand that's the guy that takes a 20 grand is the one who doesn't believe. He's the lottery ticket player.
Exactly.
Well, I don't know when I'm going to get this opportunity again. She knows that she'll make this opportunity again in fucking 6 months.
Yeah, again, Joe, you take that 20 grand. It's actually a dinner every couple of weeks for your family. I'm being exaggerative, but
fucking toilet paper money.
It is. So the payoff of being inspired on a daily basis and rewarded and inspiring others on a daily basis, you're going to turn that 20 grand nut, like you said, to a 400 grand nut payoff. So it's
100%. And then she even picked out, which I love.
Yeah.
She goes, and then when I have this new title, it's a whole nother notch up on my resume.
Yes.
So if this doesn't work out, I go back out and, but she was the top candidate in every interview. So it wasn't like she was struggling to get her position. She's with this new higher notch on my resume, it's going to put me into a whole different pay grade. And then, but that's one thing. She goes, but I'm going to be working directly under the basically the fucking CEO and the owner of the company where she's getting more grooming.
Yes.
She's recognizing the development of the skills, the inspiration.
Yes.
She's not looking at, all the friends are like, oh my God, 20 grand. I'm like, God damn it, kid. I said, I've always told her, I said, look, another piece of advice for any of you guys listening. Don't take the advice from somebody unless they are where you want to be at your age or younger. Don't fucking take advice from somebody that's in your same position that's fucking 25 years older. You're already there, for Christ's sake.
It's funny how obvious that advice is, but yet not so obvious in the moment.
Yeah. Okay? One of the people that actually told her not to do it was internal in the company.
Yeah.
Would not be her boss anymore, but was her boss, saying, no, I don't think you should do it. You should take the money elsewhere. I'm like, hey, listen, this chick is more than 20 years older than you.
Yes.
And she's already mailed it in. She's not going anywhere. You can't listen to that. So I was really, really proud.
That's awesome, man.
It goes right back to what we're talking about.
That's it. Making choices for herself. Good morning, everybody. Hang out with Keith and John this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. We go live 8 o'clock right on morningsinthelab.live, the shortcut mitl.live. We stream Monday through Friday live at 8 o'clock. And yes, Petro, owls will fuck you up too. I got a family living in my backyard. I hear them hooting and hollering every single night in the morning. They're just back there and I see them flying around. And I sometimes think, Johnny, when I got Lola outside, if the owls are going to go grab my little dog, but they're up there in the trees. And it's funny. I've taken my camera and zoomed in on these big white snow owls. Pretty cool. Hey,
you know what we have here? Check this out.
Yeah.
And I didn't really realize this. So, because we have a wall around our house, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So I don't really see this shit. But, at nighttime, the fucking coyotes come out and they're looking for fucking food. We were at a friend of ours' house last week. And they got this little bitty dog.
Yeah.
Every time the dog goes out, one of them accompanies the dog out to take a piss.
Of course.
And Like, yeah, the coyotes are out there waiting for her to go outside without one of us.
Oh my goodness.
Like, oh shit. Well, so the dog goes out to take a piss a few times.
We
leave.
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking go to hit my brights. There's 3 or 4 fucking coyotes just hanging out there.
You're
just fucking waiting. They knew that little dog. They're just waiting for the right time to swoop in. And dude, I'm telling you, when I hit the fucking brights, these fuckers took off running. And it almost didn't look like they were touching the ground. They were like levitating, moving so fast. It was insane. They could have went running by the front of the house, picked up that little dog, kept on going, just like an owl could swoop down, grab yours, and just pick it up.
Yeah. That reminds me, when I was in South Africa a few years ago, we went on a night safari, Johnny, and we saw a bunch of hyenas just capture.
Those fuckers freak me out,
dude.
They're crazy motherfuckers,
dude. And they make
that's an unreasonable person right there. That's an unreasonable animal.
And that the scream they make, the cry they make when they get something, dude. Maybe Melissa can help me with this. The deer version you guys have there in South Africa, what the hell those things they call? They're all over the place. Not antelopes. Anyways, Melissa, you know what I'm talking about. A cheetah just got it. No, maybe not a springbok. I can't remember what it was. Anyways, the cheetah just got it. And then a bunch of hyenas showed up, Johnny, and scared the cheetah away. So we caught the hyenas basically feasting on this animal. And then we showed up and the sounds were just curdles, man. Yeah, it was a wildebeest, actually. Thanks, Maddie. And Lauren's listening too. Those hyenas sound like humans.
That just looks like an unreasonable creature, doesn't it?
You know what?
To the mohawk, the whole fucking thing.
There's nothing reasonable with that animal. You're so correct, dude.
That's the thing. Remember what scares me about another man? If I can't reason with him, I'm nowhere near.
I'm telling you, man.
That is an unreasonable wild animal.
So we were out on the night hunt, though, Johnny. And then just to your point, though, that my safari guy turns his lights on. And just out amongst us, you see all this pack of hyenas just like waiting and looking and just freaky, man. Like you're just like, oh, that's kind of a scary thing, actually. So
they don't give a shit what.
No, they're quite a fast.
There's a person walking out there. They would have killed that person just as quickly as that wildebeest.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's get to some of the current events happening. I got some fun stuff to put on the table today. And I do want to talk about Retta TrueTide. I didn't get into it yesterday. Lauren and I were talking peptides this weekend, and I've been reading a little bit about Retta, and I want to talk about it with you. So coming up on the show,
this shit is fucking amazing, dude.
Well, we're going to talk about it. But before we do that, I got some things to put on the table. In the No Shit Sherlock department, a randomized controlled trial published February of this year, last week, in Frontiers in Psychology. Frontiers in Psychiatry. Petro, ears up on this one, found that brief bursts of high-intensity exercise more effective than progressive muscle relaxation to treat panic disorder. Kai.
What if the cure is the feeling you fear? A Frontiers trial says brief, intense exercise beat relaxation training.
102 adults, 12 weeks, 3 sessions weekly. PAS ended 14.9 versus 23.1, and nobody took meds.
It's interoceptive exposure. You train the scary body signals safely. At 24 weeks, it held 14.2 versus 24.7.
Before you say something, because I know you'd say, well, this is obvious. I think we as humans automatically think, Johnny, when we're having a panic attack, we're coached to like relax, take a deep breath and relax, like just slow down. What this research is saying is actually the opposite. And when you think about it, I know you're gonna go, well, yeah, it just seems to make sense, because if you're panicking, what the research is saying is that go and chase, like I'm paraphrasing, but go chase a high, go get your blood rate up, go get your heart rate up, and go and essentially go attack what's happening. So that it's where is it? The study suggests a low-cost, widely accessible intervention may deliver stronger and longer-lasting results because it'll reframe these physical symptoms like a racing heart or shortness of breath as therapeutic tools rather than threats. So the body's like, oh, you're giving me therapy instead of asking me to slow down. This makes sense, doesn't it? When you think about it.
Well, I mean, I think from the standpoint of like on a very minor basis.
Yes.
Like you and I are classic examples.
Yes.
You know, we're pent up, we're wound up, we're stressed out.
Yes.
Fucking breaking a hard sweat just clears the mechanism.
Yes.
So people run from, I mean, I don't have no clue. This would be interesting to see what Grok says. But people that have intense exercise with a pattern or regularity, not saying too much, not saying too little, just if there's some sort of regular pattern of intense exercise, I would bet those people have less panic attacks. Let's see what she says.
Grok?
Yeah.
Did you hear what Johnny said? Would people? So we're talking about this story where people who exercise and get after it would have less panic attacks based on this research.
Look in the last 5 years of the research on this, Grok. Don't go too far back.
Yeah. He said if you already live with a certain rhythm of motion, panic has no room to break in. Like, the body's already used to spikes, already knows this isn't new. So the next time fear shows up, it doesn't escalate. It just files under, another set of burpees.
There you go. You just said it there, right? And it's actually because Petro says here, I knew my random 25 burpees here and there throughout the day would do me good. And that's exactly it. Because
so true. So true.
Yeah. Well, you know what's so Johnny, we actually have evidence that backs it up. If you remember, we've had a few guests, and there's one that really stands out to me. And I know when I bring him up, you'll remember him too. But the fellow that was on the show a number of months back lost his dad, lost a partner, and then lost his dog. Like a three hit attack there over maybe a period of a week or so. Guy from Southern Florida.
Last year sometime.
Yeah. And do you remember what he said? His non-negotiable was working out.
Yeah.
So think about that, right? Because I've been thinking if I'm getting up, I'm having anxiety or panicking because I just lost my whole world. He's like, no, I stuck to my non-negotiables and I went and chased my heart rate. I went and chased some exhaustion. And that to me kind of confirms this here, which is I just stayed going after my exercise and it helped me reduce my panic.
So, well, I first off, I want to say we've talked and I think I've shared stories about where I've been in these really intense situations where I've confused excitement for panic.
Yes.
And I reframe it and it helps. But so what you're saying when you explain this, so my best friend, he's kind of like, I literally yesterday sent me this fucking amazing message, and I texted back. I'm like, dude, the universe knew that I needed you. You've been like this integral. He's been the guy that, especially when I was younger, he kept my feet on the ground.
Oh yeah. A rock for you, eh? Like a rock foundation.
Anyway,
yeah.
But I found that he had cancer.
Oh no.
Fucking cold water. And this is
John. Fix your camera focus, dude. We can't see your pretty face.
Is my focus off? Well, anyway, way to fucking break up what was supposed to be a special story.
No shit. So go on. Yeah. So the fellow has cancer. Yeah.
But keep in mind, we're like in our fucking mid-30s, dude. This was not recently.
Jesus.
Yeah, no shit. Anyway, it was like fucking, I fucking dropped the phone, not literally put the phone down, and I just fucking put my shoes on and I just went fucking ran. And
no kidding.
I don't fucking run. Jesus Christ. I mean, of course,
kidding.
But it wasn't part of my thing. And I just fucking ran myself to exhaustion. I came home, literally fucking came in the front door. This is when we were up in Northern California.
Yeah.
Slate fucking floors. Slate, nothing. There's no throw rugs. Came in the front door, plopped my ass right on the fucking ground, back in the house. And that's where I found my sanity.
So you had this energy come up from you from that news. You needed to deal with it.
Had to get it out. It was tears. I mean, I get into the squigglies just thinking about that.
Yeah.
The whys, all of the shit was just so overwhelming. And it was like, if I don't fucking get this out, I don't know what I'm going to do.
That's fascinating. It's fascinating how you had the awareness to channel that energy, though. And what makes me curious is, if that would have happened earlier in your life, had you not channeled that same energy, maybe had you dropped to some decisions you would not have been proud of, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I will say that that I learned early on that the difference between my life before and after training hard in a single day. I learned very quickly that I was much easier to manage for myself post-workout than pre.
Oh, of course. Of course. Yes.
And I learned that like really, I probably in my early teens, I realized, okay, you know, dude, you're fucking filled with all this fucking anxiety and all this shit that you can't get to go away. There's one way you can get it to go away. It's go fucking bust your ass.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, do you remember Diamond Dallas Page?
I do. I was never I don't really remember him in the ring because again, I was never a diehard fan. But I mean, you can't be in the business and not know that name. Now he does yoga stuff.
He does some pretty interesting stuff now. He came across the desk yesterday. Maybe might be an upcoming guest on the show here. So it was we just kind of got connected along the way. And I was like, oh, Diamond Dallas Page. And I remember when he was a wrestling guy. Now he's like a new age guru yoga guy. So yeah, you're obviously right. That would be perhaps.
Well, I mean, when you can when you can help people,
yes,
you fucking found a special spot in your life.
Absolutely.
Terry was actually asking last night. She's like, well, we're having dinner, and she's like, you know, what is it that you want to be? What is it? What you call it? Your obituary. What do you want your?
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, you know, I'm just thinking out loud. I was like, well, you know I'm waking up happy. I want to wake up happy more, but I wasn't really. That wouldn't have been it. But at the end, it was like, I want to be remembered for the guy that helped people recognize that they can do more than what they believe they could do. I affected people in a positive way. Whether it's a little bit or a lot, the more time you got with me, the more you believed.
Yes. Well, you know what's cool too, man, is that we're doing the show on a daily basis now, and you know we'll be doing it till we probably hit the grave. And it's cool because people can see our journey over the time. People can hear what our words, people can hear what to say, and people can be inspired by the things we talk about every single morning. But it's interesting to hear Terry ask that question. As you know, I was at a celebration of life last week, and my brother lost his mother-in-law, and they were expecting 200 at the funeral. Well, they had closer to, I think it was 400 to 500 show up. And man, I looked at my sister-in-law and her face, the pride, because she's like, I didn't realize so many people loved my mom. And it brought mist to my eyes, because that is what you want, Johnny, right? Which is the kids to see how much, like your daughters, to see how many people love dad, because they don't know. And that to me is part
of you say that, because I had a conversation with, actually it was my oldest brother and my mom. And we were talking about she wanted to be done when she passed.
Okay.
And we're like, listen, whatever you want, you know, and I think what she's going to do, and I kind of side with this. I understand this.
Yeah.
She doesn't really care about having some event.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
She wants us to go. There's a few different places where she wants us to spread her ashes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
So it'll probably be like a week-long road trip where we're going to go, you know, up to where she grew up. There's certain
That's awesome. Yes.
Because I guess to a certain extent, you know, there's the idea of having this event.
Yes.
And there's the idea of just kind of putting the person where they belong.
Yes.
I think as I've always said from the jump, you know, the idea of a funeral, I get it. But at the same time, it's hard to keep that a celebration of life just with the way we're programmed to think. And when I'm sitting there looking at all of these people, that if people join together for me in a situation like that, I would be really bummed out that people are crying. I understand they're doing it. It's a grieving thing, but I don't know. I guess I think I'm going to be happy to bypass that portion and just have my kids spread me where I want to be spread.
There's something to be said for that. You know, I know that before you and I met, I was doing some work in the funeral legacy type space, and I was quite intrigued by that whole experience. And I know I had spoke to people who did like you did with your mom, or going to do with your mom, which is spread the ash to different spots. And you know, it's we all have our wishes, and I you know, and celebrating people when they pass is part of that. And it's interesting because you said something, you're right. You know, we want it to be a celebration of life, yet they kind of get funeral celebration of life. It's the same thing, different term. People just need a place to grieve, right?
Yeah,
it's hard.
Yeah, 100%.
It's hard. It's hard. Hey, speaking of what's not hard, some interesting news dropped last night out of the world of fighting. I thought we'd have some giggles about this one. A Kick live stream hosted by Quinton Rampage Jackson last night turned viral after powerlifter Larry Wheels slapped boxer Deen the Great's following comments and behavior viewers interpreted as disrespectful towards Wheel's wife, Shayla. Sterling, Preston, let's set this one up so Keith and Johnny can talk about this one.
Lesson of the week, read the room. If a man says stop with his wife, you stop immediately.
On Jackson's stream, Deen kept pressing with Larry's wife, Shayla. Reports say both men warned him to stop.
It escalated outside a restaurant and Larry slapped him on camera. Accountability includes restraint because the clip lives forever.
Yeah, so I guess so Rampage and Deen, I guess reports say the tension built as Deen.
It's I don't know if it's a Canadian thing, but it's Rampage.
Rampage.
It sound like we're talking about some fucking rotting food.
So what is it with people wanting to listen, if somebody is crossing boundaries with my wife, I'm kicking ass. Period. And I suspect you are too. Period.
That's kind of of course, the first thing to do is I'm getting her out of there.
Yes, agreed. Yes.
One thing is getting her out of there.
Yes.
And then, because I really have no interest in a conflict.
No, neither do I. Neither do I.
Person a chance to fucking realize they fucked up, and and I don't know. I mean, of course, I'm going to do what I have to do, but I think I pride myself more on never being in that situation.
Well, so I'm drinking the exact same Kool-Aid to me. I think, though, when it comes down to the absolute, you can only choose one or two. Protecting my family, my wife, is something that I will unequivocally do if somebody crosses the line. And it's
100%. I mean, especially if it's in a situation like if it's physical.
Yes.
There's no thinking. It's reacting.
No,
I won't respond. I'll react.
Yes. Yeah. Well, if you recall last week, I joked with you about that hockey player that punched that guy for offending his mom. Same thing. Somebody offends my mom, or somebody, it does something with regards to my mom or my wife, my daughter's off limits, dude. Off fucking limits. You'll see the hyena, and I'm a pretty kind, tame dude. I'm in the kitchen making us coffee while you're out there hunting. But Johnny, the hyena Billis will be coming out in a quick second if somebody's, going after my wife or my girls or my mom. I'm telling you that right now. So I wasn't surprised about this when this all happened last night. It's just about respect, dude. It's about respect. I feel like that's been lost a little bit.
I think we could hear it, but clearly that whole situation, there was plenty of time for the fucking guy who was in the wrong to see the other side of he was, it appears that he was pushing into it on purpose. Okay.
Yes.
Well, now I got to teach you a lesson. Come on, man. There'd been much fucking, now I got to suplex you on the back of your head.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, this would have been a lot easier if you could have just fucking taken a deep breath and said, oh, fuck, I was a little out of line.
Yes.
I'll grab my wife, and you can apologize to her, and we can all go home, not feeling like we had to do a bunch of stupid shit.
I don't know if it seems like there's more disrespect in the world, or if there just seems to be more cameras capturing all the disrespect, but it just seems like there's more disrespect for men's wives and even men with humans. And again, maybe just because we got cameras everywhere filming everything, but good morning, Rico. It just seemed like there's more people.
My question is too, was there alcohol involved? That's
for sure there was. So they're at a restaurant, of course there would have been, right? So he's got an attractive wife, and the guy was chirping, right? And it's like fuck. It's like basically fuck off. So so Kai's on me. So Kai wants you to fix your blur on your camera there. So
let's see here. So if I do it like this is what usually works.
Yeah.
And then I pull this back nice and slow. My hand stays in focus. We get here, we go, hello.
Yeah, we got Petro. I'm going full Marty McSorley mode. Yes, exactly. All right, Johnny, big breaking news this morning. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services are giving advice to the public. And this is true story. I'm not making this up, actually. This is perfect morning show conversation. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services is advising the public on the best foods to insert into your rectum.
RealFood.gov told Americans to use AI for nutrition. People clicked and landed in Grok, answering prank prompts like it's customer support.
They removed the Grok name from the page, but the link still goes to grok.com. It even pushes you to sign up.
That's the failure. Official branding plus unfiltered chat. One weird answer and trust face plants instantly.
So a new U.S. government-branded nutrition site, realfood.gov, encouraged visitors to use the AI for food guidance. The AI was actually powered by Grok. Well, people were testing it, and they were prompting the bot with an acetarian, a person who claims to only consume food through rectal insertion, diet joke.
Is that what it's called, an acetarian?
So we learned something new this morning. A person who claims only to eat food through rectal. So who wakes up in the morning and through their life? It's one thing to decide you want to be a different gender, but it's another thing to decide that you are now going to be an acetarian. Johnny, I'm only eating with food inserted in my rectum. So
yeah, I only eat bananas and cucumbers. Why is that? Well, I'm an acetarian.
The chatbot suggests cucumbers. You said it, bananas.
Because this is not for nutrient, dudes. This is not for nutrient value. This is for entertainment purposes only. You know, this is not medical advice. Don't try this at home.
Millennium Purge TV. Good morning. You're hanging out with Keith and John this morning on Mornings in the Lab. Big bro, what's happening?
You know what that's called? That's called fucking massage the prostate.
So Johnny has a new word in his vocabulary for this year, acetarian. So does Keith. So
I have zero interest in using that word.
It also stated you could put dirty water in your rectum.
Real quick, were you joking when I said that I was correct by guessing cucumbers and bananas?
You were correct. That's exactly what it said.
Jesus Christ.
That's exactly what it said.
I have no interest in eating through my butt. I'm making a joke and I guess perfectly. Does that tell you how serious this topic really is?
It is. And it said the gold standard, Johnny, choose slightly green ones so they hold shape.
Yeah, this is yeah. The motherfuckers that believe this, they deserve it.
Dude, this is your government, man. I'm telling you, I'm playing my Canadian card right now. This is your government giving you guys this advice. And it's also telling you, John, that you can put dirty water in your rectum if it's a survival situation, and that's the only water you have. Safer than drinking it, and your body will still absorb it. So basically, if you need to survive, it's okay to put dirty water in your ass to survive. That's essentially what the government of the United States is encouraging.
Brother, let's make a top 5 list of dumb shit that the government tells the people. I mean,
so you know,
all over the place.
You know what's awesome though, John, is you and I were celebrating a couple of weeks ago that the U.S. government is now talking about no processed foods, eat real food. Well, this is the site, realfood.gov, and people are encouraged to go and put food up their rectum. So I don't know what to say. All right, good morning, everybody. You're hanging out with Keith and John this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Hey, Kai, let's before we get to the Reddit True Tad conversation, I want to drop some words of wisdom this morning. Jensen Hung from the video. If you want to be successful, I would encourage you to grow a tolerance for failure. Kai, let's drop this one.
Successful, I would encourage you to grow a tolerance for failure. But the thing about failure is this: if you fail often enough, you actually might become a failure. And that's different than being successful. And so the question is, how do you teach someone how to fail, but fail quickly? And to change courses as soon as you know it's a dead end. And the way to do that is we call it intellectual honesty. We assess on a continuous basis whether something makes sense or not. And if it's the wrong decision, let's change our mind. And you know, a lot of people say CEOs are always right and they never change their mind. That doesn't make any sense at all to me, especially when it violates the first principles of what we want the company to become. An innovative company that invents amazing things, that solves problems for the world that it sometimes didn't even know it had.
Yeah, let's kill it, Kai. So I like this, Johnny, because I'm a big fan of Jensen Huang from the CEO of NVIDIA, obviously one of the world's most valuable companies. But what I like about that statement, though, is that it's just growing tolerance for failure. And I want to give an example to you. A lot of people were chastising Apple a few years ago for investing multi-billions of dollars into a car project that never happened. But here's what I like about that. They made a decision. They tried. They realized along the way it wasn't going to work. So they stopped. Instead of thinking, wondering when they were going to start, not making a decision. No, we made the decision. It cost us billions of dollars. It didn't work. Life goes on. But it was the idea of learning from failure, Johnny.
Well, I think to make this applicable, make this the application more simple to the average person.
Yes.
If you think of failure, we have this classification or this idea of what it is. Right?
Yes,
so just
you do.
Push that aside real quick and reclassify failure as a test. Right? So if you test something and it works, you continue with the test in that direction. If it doesn't work, you pivot a little bit. So all he's referencing is that pivot. He's saying, if you know that this test doesn't work and you continue that test, that's the problem. Now you become a failure because you keep repeating the same process, hoping for a different outcome. Test, fail, pivot a little bit. If test success, maybe you push it again to see what second layer of success is. But I think if it's a reclassification to understand the most simple terms of what failure is, makes it easier to stick inside the guidelines of making that failure a productive exercise.
Yes. It's funny because even the word test freaks people out, Johnny. I find, I got to do a test.
Test freaks people out?
I think so. Yeah. I think because
failure.
Well, would there not be a link to one and the same? Because if I do a test and I fail it scares me because we know when you do a test, there's an end result to it. You're either passing or failing. And
so I'm just going to test this out, see what happens. Right. Versus, they think, oh my God, what if I do this and I fail? Now they're using that word that gets them all fucked up. They immediately go to fight or flight with the word failure.
I don't disagree with you. So I'll play a word game with you. I wonder if exchanging test for try makes somebody run towards trying instead of testing. So I hear you.
Try would work too. Just get rid of the word that puts you in fight or flight.
Well, that's what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. Because if I hear test, I automatically think one of two things are going to happen. I'm either going to fail at it or I'm going to pass at it, and then I have to respond to that. If I try, maybe it gives me a way out.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say that I would want to have that part of.
I wouldn't want the way out. I'm simply using words to give somebody maybe a chance to get over a barrier, because sometimes I think testing.
I think testing is fun.
I don't disagree with you. It's funny because was it Petra or somebody said, you guys, whether you know it or not, your show called The Lab is perfect because this show is actually testing, where everything we do is testing, where everything I'm testing for other shows. We're selling, we're talking about stuff. We're going to talk about Reddit True Tide in about 2 minutes here. So this show is a lab for testing stuff.
Start small. Test if you like this flavor on your steak.
Yes.
Is there a real? I don't. I guess tomorrow I won't put that on my steak. Is that a problem?
Yes.
No. Is that a failure? No. That's called learning, because you either win or you learn. That's also another way of looking at failure.
Yeah, 100%. Hey, speaking of learning and failure, did you hear the news? Redemption or just business? I dropped Morning Short last night. Ronda Rousey coming out of retirement to fight Gina Carano. Let's do it, Kai.
Rousey versus Carano isn't just a fight, people. It is a literal time machine. Yeah, a broken time machine powered exclusively by nostalgia and pay-per-view buys.
It is a chance for the Queen to reclaim her throne.
Frankie, the throne was melted down for scrap metal 5 years ago.
Gina is the pioneer. Ronda is the superstar. This is about legacy.
Legacy doesn't pay the mortgage, Frankie. This is a carefully calculated cash grab.
You are so cynical. This is combat history.
It is an exhibition match with a Hollywood budget.
History or hustle?
Mornings in the Lab, 8 a.m. EST, YouTube, X, and LinkedIn.
Los Angeles, Ronda Rousey fighting Gina Carano in a 5-round fight.
Gina Carano, the one that just fucking whooped her ass a couple times, like badly whooped her ass.
Yep, exactly. So
you spend enough time now in the business side of call it sports entertainment, because she what she recognizes that there's more to it than just your win-loss record. When you're a purist like she was, she just didn't see the other side.
this is big. This is a business move here. Like that's absolutely what this is.
For her. Why would she not? She'll probably make millions of dollars for this. Why would she?
That's why I put it out here, because you've taught me during our conversations on this thing, which is like, this is the epitome of money. It's like the old texter phone call saying, Corona to Prairie Rosie, hey, you want to come out and make some cash? I don't know. Let's see if we can do this, right? So, and it's the question, do you come back to prove something, or because the economics finally make sense? Probably the latter, because a couple of years ago, the economics don't work, but now it's like, hey, we can make some good coin with this. Let's get after it. It's great business, frankly, as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, when I went from strength, which was just purest, just all you care about is doing well.
Yes.
Right? And then I went into wrestling, where you learn the whole other side of this thing. By the time I came to bodybuilding, of course, I was very pure to get my pro card, because I needed to establish that level. That was the goal, right? But down deep, I had and I gave it the fucking best I could to get to the Olympia right in that first run, right? Because if I was going to make it, I was going to make it then. I didn't turn pro until I was 42.
Yeah,
and I fell short, but I made my goal. I'm a pro. And what did I do? I fucking recalibrated and realized, okay, it's time to leverage the shit out of this.
I love that, because you were in Olympia.
No, I never went to Olympia.
Correctly?
You broke up. Say again.
Yeah, so you did not qualify for Olympia. Am I correct for that?
Did not.
Right, but you're on the Classic, correct?
No, did not.
Oh, okay. I thought you did. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so
there's two. The Arnold Classic and the Olympia are like the two creme de la creme contests.
Yes. Yeah.
Coming in at 42. My first ever contest at 42.
Yes.
Very rarely do you find guys at that age making it to those contests.
Well, that's what I was suspecting, because you got to be putting in that time, and you probably got to quote unquote fail a ton of times before that actually happens, right? At that age, right?
And I was good enough to become to hit the highest level.
Yes.
But then once you get to the highest level, there's a whole nother level you have to get to make it to those.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I was gonna, and keep in mind, it's you're being judged.
100%.
I knew 100% that my road to get there was going to be off that initial splash.
Yes.
Once those waves settled down, then it was going to be really tough for me to make that rest of that climb. I needed to go off that original momentum, and it didn't happen.
Yeah. Hanging out with Keith and John this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friends live, 8 o'clock on morningsinthelab.live, mitl.live. We're going to talk about some Reddit True Tide in a couple minutes here and get up and kick off the second hour. Side hustles are for amateurs. We're going to talk about business. But before we do that, I got a segment. It's called Committed. I like to find these situations where people are really committed to something and put it on the screen for us to comment on. Kai, Johnny, when you go to concerts and you see people bring people up on stage to commit to something, like they'll get a singer. Look at this female singer. She gets this guy on stage. She gets the guy from the audience, and he just goes to town. So go back it up, Kai, because it kind of happens so fast. So she's the singer. She invites somebody from the audience to participate, and he gets behind her, and he just goes to town, like just bonking her. And then he's like, "What am I doing wrong?" Like, just committed to the act of being part of the show, like just going after it hardcore.
And you think when you get up, he's getting pulled out of the fucking crowd.
Exactly right.
He's out. What way? He's got to commit to something. Fuck me.
Well, that's exactly right. That's what I thought. That's exactly how I saw it too. Which is the guy was like, "All right, I'm going to get after this one here today."
What am I supposed to do now?
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. All right, before we reset and get into hour two, I want it because I missed this one yesterday, and I want to talk about this because I want to learn about this. Kai, I'm setting it up. Why fitness bros are buzzing about the new weight loss peptide, retatrutide. Sterling, Preston, let's set it up.
Retatrutide is the new buzzword. Guys are talking like it's a cheat code, and I get why. Men want fat loss without feeling weak. They want a clean cut and a full tank.
But it's still in trials. The long game isn't fully known, and hype doesn't equal safe.
Worst part is the shady versions. Unapproved, illegal, research only, and you don't know what's in it.
So we're doing the sober breakdown. What's real, what's marketing, and what the risks actually are.
If you're chasing results, do it with standards, not desperation. Welcome to the Deeper Dive.
retatrutide, is that the brand name or is that the peptide name?
Well, I know the use of that name is prohibited.
Oh, okay. Good. That's where we're going to start then. Okay. So that would be the brand name then. So then what's the drug within, or what's the peptide within retatrutide?
It's when it comes down to it, it's like, so the generation 1 was semaglutide.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then they called it Ozempic.
Correct.
So, I don't know that they've created that market name for it yet.
Oh, okay.
Semaglutide, tirzepatide, retatrutide. These are the peptides.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so so retatrutide is the name of the peptide.
I believe so. Yes.
Interesting. Hey, Grok, let's get you into this conversation. So retatrutide is the name of the peptide. Am I correct? Retatrutide. I'm sorry, Grok, or is that the brand name?
It might be both at this point.
Checking the latest on retatrutide. Sounds like a hot one. Retatrutide. Yep, that's the actual name of the peptide itself, not a brand. It's an experimental triple agonist drug from Eli Lilly, codenamed LY343794. Think of it like the next level cousin to stuff like semaglutide or tirzepatide. It's GLP-1, GIP, and glucagon receptors to crank up fat burn.
Right. So what we're saying. So I'm learning here. So that is the name of the peptide. But you said it's the third generation of a Johnny, right? So am I correct with that? So the first one was the GLP-1, right? Is that correct?
Yeah. So semaglutide was the first one.
Yes.
Tirzepatide was the second one.
Tirzepatide was the second one. Okay.
Retatrutide is the third one. Now they actually have a fourth one in the makings.
Well, that's what I was just going to ask you about. Yeah. So tell me about that.
Well, from what I can see and what it's hard to know.
Yes.
Number one, they're trying to push it as an oral, and pretty much the makeup of a peptide doesn't live through the stomach well. So okay. I think what you're going to start to see actually is a lot of, as these things, because keep in mind, I think it's still less than 5% of the population even knows what a peptide is. So when all of a sudden that 5% turns into 75%, there's going to be a huge amount of that 75% that want nothing to do with a needle. So they're already starting to move towards orals for all of this stuff, which will basically make it more accessible, but will be less effective. And I think Generation 4 is called something biotrutide, something to that effect.
Okay.
But it's oral. So I have no interest in it because I had just the mechanics of how it works in the stomach. It's like, for example, there's one called 5-amino.
Yes.
And I of course I always experiment with shit.
Yes.
I think that if I had to put a ratio on it, it's about a 10-to-1, maybe more. And when I say 10-to-1, it's more of just making a statement. It's the difference between taking a sub-Q and taking it orally. There's almost not a comparison.
So I want to ask that question. Hey, good morning, David.
You know what I think about it? Forgive me, because the capsules are a milligram.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And fucking sub-Q, you're taking like a quarter of a milligram. You could take so it's just the spread is unbelievably different.
Yeah. Hey, David Vickers, I see you there. I'm an AI robot. How are you today? David, where are you joining us from? And are you actually an AI robot? Or are you an agent on the Claudbot platform? I'm fascinated by what you're doing here, David, how you got here. And I want to know about David, the AI robot. We're talking retatrutide with Keith and John this morning in Mornings in the Lab. John, subcutaneous needle, how long is that? So, because Laura and I were talking about it on the weekend here. How long is a sub-Q? Is it like a quarter inch? How long is that?
You can get them in all ranges.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, this whole sub-Q thing is so misunderstood.
Yeah, tell me, yes.
In your belly fat. You put it fucking anywhere. Christ. The sub-Q just means under the skin. You're not going, there's IM, intermuscle.
Yes.
And there's sub-Q, which is basically in the skin of the fat, not going under the skin, not going into the muscle. Right? So you can get that little insulin, you can get it in an inch long, you get it in a half inch, and you can get it in 3/8. The gauge means how thick it is. The higher the number, the smaller, the thinner it is.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just like I said, it's very undiscovered territory for most.
Well, I know. So let's keep talking about it. So I'm the pussy who's scared of the needle. Just call me out. Okay, Billis, you're scared of the needle. So let's just talk it through. So you're advising me. You're saying, Billis, I don't want you doing orals.
I don't advise you. I share what I do.
I'm sorry, wrong choice of words. You're sharing your experiences, and I appreciate thanks for correcting me. So you're sharing your experiences because you've talked to other folks that are quote unquote scared of the needle. What is one when one's reading for research? Where is one walking towards a decision that helps them overcome the fear of the needle without going oral?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I
guess what I'm asking is like, what am I searching for? A small gauge, small needle to put into my body to help me overcome my fear?
The thing that I preach is don't just go fucking grab the shit and figure it out. It's like, if you go and buy some really,
David,
if you were to find some really complex, drug, if you would,
yes,
prescription, right? I mean, you need direction on how to take it.
Oh, and that's what I'm getting at.
So the point is that if people can realize, okay, I can do all the fucking research I want, but I need to get with someone who can help me understand what my best choice is going to be. And at that point, that person can understand the landscape and make the best choices for them.
Yes.
I'd say going out and reading and trying to figure all this shit out confuses the hell out of people.
Yeah, no, I know, but you're actually making my point. So I can come to JA's Peptide University. I can come learn some more. But where I'm trying to arrive at is
real quick. It's Cellular Advantage Academy.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Thank you. Yeah, no, thank you. So what is it?
I love it. You can combine all the names into one. That was good.
That's it. So I guess what I'm getting at though is how like what. If I'm trying to go get over the obstacle, because Good Time says it too. Me too. I don't like them. So it's like, okay, I don't like needles, but I'm curious. I don't want to go oral. So I'm trying to find some research, which puts me into the direction of making a choice around the size of needle I don't want to put on my body.
Well, I mean, it's going to come down to your comfort level. But I think when it comes down to it, let's just look at the basis of I don't like the needle. Well, how many other things did you not like that you learned to fucking realize it made no fucking difference? That's the first thing you got to ask yourself. It's people hide behind, oh, I don't like it. Well, you don't like a lot of shit.
Yes.
I don't like fucking brush my teeth, but I do it every day.
Yes. That's fair.
It's like, fuck, okay, you're scared of all sorts of shit you get past. Why is this the topic of conversation?
So staying on Reddit TrueTide, folks that are men that are working towards the Reddit TrueTide plan have learned that the GLP ones aren't maybe the best, or the tirzepatides aren't the best, and we are now working towards Retta. Is that would that be a fair assumption?
Well, there's no question that Retta is its own creature. Has the benefits are pretty fucking nuts.
Yeah,
but it's just like the other ones in regard. If you don't understand how to use it, it will fuck you up.
Well, so I'm glad you said that, because I saw a clip somebody had dropped on their social profiles where it did quote unquote fuck him up.
Of course, because he just fucking randomly went in there. It's the guys at the gym say this. That's the number one fucking mistake, right?
Well, yeah, totally. Yeah. Well, and when we say fuck him up, what kind of negative side effects could somebody have from taking?
Here's the deal, and it goes to this is the average man.
Yeah.
Like, first thing that I say to someone, if they want to know what I've discovered, first question I'm going to ask is, are you willing to set alarms to eat on the clock? If they say no, I say, well, then my advice is not going to be applicable to you. Or excuse me, my findings, what I find works best for me won't work for you, because it works best for me based on that foundation.
Yes, I understand that. Yes. Yeah.
So what happens is the average man, he spent his whole fucking life trying to find a way not to eat. Right? Yeah. That's his whole fucking quest.
Yep.
So then he stumbles across any of these GLPs.
Yep.
And it fucking squashes your goddamn appetite like a fucking sledgehammer. Oh my God, this is great. I can fucking eat, just this little amount once a day. And of course, they're not eating anything of value. Right. And then let's just say, well, so what happens is they're not eating. The metabolism fucking slows way down because there's no fuel, even though Retta will prompt the metabolism to still move a little bit better. If you're not eating, it's still going to slow down. Now your requirement for food goes way down, right? And you are fucking burning, your body is burning a combination of muscle and fat. It's burning the not so much with Retta. Retta tries to fight that. But if you're not eating protein, your body's going to eat protein that lives on your bones, which is your muscle.
Yeah. So that
now this person loses 50 pounds and they lose fit. Let's say they're 300 pounds. Now they're 250 pounds. They look in the mirror and they're just as pathetic as they once were, but now they're fucking malnourished. They're tired. Their brain is fucking with them because the body thinks that it's slowly trying to be starved out. And now you've got an issue where you're just as fucking fat as you were before. You just look just as fucking terrible. You're tired. You don't know what's wrong with you. You're fucking nourished. Now you've got a much bigger fucking hurdle to get past. So you've taken a small problem and traded it for a fucking massive one.
That was the story that I found some stuff. And I saw a guy who that was essentially it. Was that he was taking the retatrutide and he said his appetite went down, wasn't eating, and ended up in the hospital. He was sick, right? Yeah. So, which exactly
and that would have happened with anything that made him not eat. That made him not eat. Get rid of the GLP-1s. It's like that's the fucking thing. Is that if you starve yourself long enough, you're going to end up malnourished and have all sorts of fucking problems. What's the mechanism to starve yourself? Right now, we're talking about GLP-1s, but there's a lot of fucking people find out ways to do it. Different ways.
And I look at the comments here. We got Good Time coming in. Say, look at Kelly Osbourne. Yeah. So I don't know if you've seen Kelly Osbourne lately. No judgment. I at all. I know that I suspect there's something happening over there. And then Holroyd says, I find that all the online gym bros are telling people to use too much. People are recommending upwards of 12 milligrams a week. I have no context for that.
That's fucking retarded. I mean, here's the thing. What I consider my personal sweet spot, and everybody has to find their own.
Yeah.
For me, this is it. And usually when people they want to know what I'm doing, it's because they recognize what I'm doing is working for me, and they're trying to still look good. They're trying to have energy. They're trying to mimic what I'm doing, right? So for me and the people that listen to what I do, what the sweet spot is you really no longer care about food. But when it's time to eat, because the clock goes off, the alarm goes off, it's not a problem. If you take so much that when you try to eat, you're fucking sick, you're taking away too much, you got a fucking massive issue. So you want to be able to eat. That's one of the fucking benefits. They turned that the part, like in Generation 1, it was just a fucking sledgehammer, dude. People weren't eating because they would get violently fucking sick sometimes.
What's crazy, Johnny, is that, we've been doing the show together for a couple of years now together, and we see how fast the world moving these days. It seems like it was just yesterday Ozempic was released. It's been a couple of years now. Like, we're on Generation 3. Like a
couple of years, I think. Fuck.
Well, I'm kind of encapsulating though, but you think about, maybe it's been 3 years, but Ozempic's like a relatively new thing. So Johnny,
it was out longer than you remember because that was the very first one. So it was probably out circulating a year or two longer than most people even heard about it.
Hey, so here's a ridiculous question, but I have to ask it. Would somebody be like on all three at once, like GLP, Tirzepatide? No, you're just one, right? It's one.
Like, here's a perfect example. So people that come from Generation 1 or Generation 2, they go to rest, they're almost always their complaint is, and keep in mind, these are the people that all they want is their hunger to disappear.
Yes. Yeah. The food noise you talk about. Yeah.
That doesn't have that same sledgehammer effect on your appetite. So that's their complaint. Well, I still get hungry. Well, fuck, good. Jesus Christ. That's what's fucking designed. You're supposed to eat on this.
Yeah.
But what happens is, and I've done plenty of, because I got the food shit, I'm as bad as it gets.
Yeah.
So like one of the things that I did it during the holidays. This is holiday food. It's easy to fucking lose your fucking grip.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
So you can't put two GLP together, right? because it's just not a good practice.
Okay.
I couldn't give you the science behind it, but don't do it.
Don't do it. Okay. Yeah.
And you don't want to over fucking do one of these things, like taking 12 fucking milligrams. Jesus Christ. I'm trying to think. The most that I ever went up to, I think, was about half of that.
Like, I have no context on that, John. So when Adam says 12 milligrams a week, like, okay, you're saying that maybe you're maybe taking half of that. So like almost like a milligram a day kind of thing?
Yeah, that's probably more.
Really?
Yeah. But keep in mind, someone that's on 12 fucking milligrams, that's going to cost that person a fucking mint. Shit is not cheap.
Oh, the price.
That's the whole the story. So the practice is what I've found.
Yes.
There's another appetite suppressant, and I'm having a brain fart on the mechanism, but it sends a signal to the brain that says you're full, you're full, you're full.
Yeah.
Even though you're not.
Yeah.
It's called cagrelintide. Oh. So you mix those two together. I found for me in those holiday periods or when I know that I might have a struggle, about a 5-to-1 ratio really does the trick. 4-to-1 if I want to push it. Does that make sense? So what I'm doing is I'm taking all the benefits of Retta, not overdoing it by trying to take too much, right? And because more is not always better. People got to understand this,
More is not always better. No.
And then I take a little bit, I put a little bit of CAG in there. Now that just, if that noise does come back, that kills it.
Yeah.
But that's not taking too much GLP-1, and it's definitely not mixing two together.
Talking retatrutide, talking GLP-1s, talking tirzepatide, talking peptides with myself and Jon Andersen. On morningsinlab.live, mitl.live. We blew through the hour to reset. We blew through the lifestyle tip because we're having some good conversations. This is important stuff. I want to learn about it. So as I'm learning,
I don't mind losing my lifestyle tip.
No, I know. I want to learn about this. That's why I'm asking all these questions, because I'm obviously quite curious. I'm extremely curious, actually, about it.
And there, I'll tell you, there's, like you listen to like Rogan.
Yeah.
He talks about. I think my shit's fucked up again here.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So Rogan was, he's like, okay, why is it that they're trying to remove this? It's not hurting anybody. It's not creating any problems. Let's see if this does.
There you
go. Anyway, I don't know why my shit's being so stubborn today.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's because it comes down to it. It's a follow the money thing.
Well, sure it is. 100%. 100% is. And good times. I like the alarm idea to eat. It's a good one. It's a good time. Those alarms to go to sleep, those alarms to eat are obviously great caveats. My body tells me when it's time to eat, though. It's like, okay, I got to eat now. And then I'm either fighting the food noise when I don't want to be eating at nighttime, or I'm eating.
So you'd be a classic example of someone that would say, oh, well, my body tells me to eat. Well, that message gets turned off.
Yes.
So if you don't agree to the alarms, stop fucking wasting my time. I'm not going to talk to you about what I found. Yeah, I'm telling you need to set alarms.
Right. Because my body's not going to set the alarm.
Yeah. Right now you have an internal alarm.
Yeah. Because at 2-3 o'clock every single day, my body's going, okay, go get some food for your body every single day.
It's like if in your car, if your gas gauge stopped working, you would fucking run out of gas.
Exactly.
I just know when to pull over and get gas. Bullshit. You watch that fucking meter. That's what you do.
Yeah. Interesting. How much? So you said this stuff's not cheap. What is it bought in a bottle? How's it sold?
Well, if you're getting it, we'll just keep it simple. The majority of it out there is basically it's in a powder form in a bottle. You got to mix water with it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And the going rate for 10 milligrams is over $200.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so you figure that guy that's doing 12,
yes,
he's chewing through 5 bottles a month.
Woo! $1,000 a month. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Johnny, and this is similar to compound.
But just so everybody knows, that's fucking retarded. Don't think that that's at all what should be done. This was in medical trials where they're testing this.
Yeah.
Right? But keep in mind, they're also trying to figure out, just like every other drug, what's the max dose that we can recommend so we can sell a lot of this shit.
Yes.
Because when it comes out, when it does what I've heard, what people can get for roughly $200 now is going to cost them $1,400.
This is essentially compound pharmacy stuff, right? Compound pharmacy. You go to a compound, they'll make you stuff that you can't buy off the shelf. This is similar kind of concept. Am I correct?
I mean, yeah, compound pharmacies make it, but I mean, when it comes down to it, the big ones like tirzepatide is approved.
Yes, correct. Yes.
So you can buy
it off the shelf. Tirzepatide. I get that. Yeah.
You can get a prescription from your doctor, and you can have that shit shipped right to your house. That makes sense.
Yep.
And now keep in mind, I believe when it comes, it's already as coming from an approved medical source. It comes already mixed.
Well, of course, liquid form. Yeah, because it's ready to go. Because it's actually ready to go, right? So,
I think part of that is because it's once you mix it, there's a pretty fucking quick shelf life. That's part of it.
Yeah, and I think once you mix it, it activates it into the product itself, right? So,
it starts its life. It starts its
shelf
life.
Yes.
So you're not going to buy the shit, keep it in liquid form and sit and keep it for 6 months. You got to use it.
Interesting. We're talking peptides with Keith and John this morning on Mornings Lab. Hey, Johnny, plug it. Where can folks learn more from you regarding your peptides?
Well, I would say the best resource just to go if you're a beginner would be I just created this new platform. And it's basically, I can speak the way I want to. It's short form. It's because obviously people want to go, they want a 60-second nugget on what is this. So japrotocols.com. That right there, you're going to have a bunch of videos that talks about where I'm speaking freely, because on other platforms, short form platforms, I'm not able to speak freely anymore because those videos don't seem to stay up very long.
Interesting.
Anyway, but also really cool is there's a calculator where you can actually, it's basically call it a protocol calculator, where you can actually go in there and you can say, I want to lose fat. So you plug in what you want to do. You got to plug in a little information so we understand what you want to do.
Oh yeah.
And this thing is programmed with my knowledge base.
Beautiful.
Right? And it spits out a protocol that says, here's what you need. Right. And then at the same time, there it is right there. And then it'll actually give you this protocol so you can see it, understand it, but even this page offers to give you your own page where you'll keep getting fed more information. So it's like you can choose to log in and be a part of it, or you can just choose to be a voyeur like an Instagram account.
Yeah.
Here we go. See, this is me. Now keep going. You'll see there's a bunch more videos down there. And this is me talking about, hey, like what I find, retatrutide and MOTS-c work really well together. And here's why. This is why I believe they work well for me, blah, blah, blah. And then I invite them there's also see that little thing on the bottom right? There's a chat bot.
Yeah.
Program with my general information to answer general questions. But if you start getting into more like, how do I do this? How do I do that? It says you got to talk to a specialist. The bot can't answer those questions.
Yeah, and it gets connected to you directly.
Get connected to a real person. And so this is a resource that's really designed because there's so many new people coming into the market.
Yes. Yeah.
And this is designed for new people to get a grip on not only what it is, but then to actually hear someone that actually does it, has a lot of experience in some of the things that I find that work well for me. And really when it comes down to it, the whole industry is kind of based on research, if you will, even everything. I mean, they're still, why do you think the Red is still in the last phase of his trials? They're doing research.
Yes. Yeah.
And then from there, if you really want to take it to the next level, at the very top right, you see there's a little hamburger menu. You'll see there should be, there you go. It says the Academy. Bam, you drop into the Academy. Now, this is where this is the community where you can actually join this.
Yeah.
There, you couldn't get through all the information. There's so much shit in there. You could spend weeks in there reading. We'll be adding it faster than you can fucking consume it.
That's fascinating.
Everything fits. Me and a buddy of mine, Travis Ortmeyer, between the two of us, we've got 30 years experience in this world. But we do some great talks about breaking them down. But then we're also doing what we call master classes, where creating protocols, what we found works for certain conditions, which is really cool. So we're just trying to ultimately give a place where people can come and learn, because it's a learning situation.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
I'll come to.
I love it. I love it. Learning about peptides. John, this morning, I'm Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. We're having a light, unstructured experience here today. We're going to wrap up with Johnny in the next 7 or 8 minutes or so. I got Sheryl Whitaker joining us. Johnny, she's wrapped up her show. Let's bring her in here.
Yeah. Should I drop out and come back, or just stay fuzzy for the next 5 minutes?
Well, that'll be up to you. You want to be fuzzy guy, or you want to be the crystal clear? Whitaker, how's it going, Whitaker? How's your show?
Hi guys. Hi Keith. Hi John. Good morning.
How are you, Sheryl?
I'm doing good. I sucked even less today.
I was going to say, as long as you suck less today, you did your job.
Today.
Hey, so I'm glad you're here, Whitaker, because I got something. I got an interesting topic for us, three of us, to banter on for a few minutes.
Okay.
So, Johnny, why is it that when men date a younger woman, Kai, put Toby Maguire and his girlfriend up on screen now. So Toby is dating a girl that's 1 year younger than his daughter.
I don't think my daughters would appreciate that.
So 1 year younger. So I think Toby's 50 and she's, I think, 19 or 20 or something. But anyways, there's a big gap there. So imagine that. Humans judge that. Oh, why is Tobey Maguire, Leo DiCaprio? They're just fucking cradle robbers. That's negative, negative, negative. Okay, let's arrive on that. Don't say nothing. Kai, put the next one up. Madonna with her younger boyfriend. Madonna is 67,000 years old, and her boyfriend is 18 years old. I'm being exaggerative, of course, but yet she's heralded as a queen. So Sheryl Whitaker, I'm putting you on the spot here. Why does society have double standards for she can celebrate the young buck, but yet we all chastise Maguire and Leo because they're robbing the cradle? Sheryl Whitaker.
Yeah, it is a double standard, and I think it's because men have been doing it for so long, right? And I mean, I can't criticize what's going on that side because it is a double standard. But when you see someone like Madonna, it's just like, and she's getting that,
yes,
guy who's like a million years younger.
Yes,
badass bitch. Like, you go, girl. You still got it. Everything still works. You still want it. I mean, it's just like, it's empowering. That's why we call them cougars.
Yes.
Right? So I can't say it's a double standard. I can't say much about Toby.
Because it's true, because the moment that Andersen or Billis dates a young girl, we're called not good names.
And you know what? And she's called not good names either, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you have a lot of money, then it's like, oh, okay, just waiting for this this guy to go, and you're gonna take all those millions. We've heard that story a million times before.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Anyway, so
Andersen, what's your point of view on this, my friend?
I think people waste too much fucking time worrying about other people.
Yeah. There's something to be said.
Worry about your fucking self, man.
Oh, that part. I love that, John.
Christ. I mean, listen, the same person that's thrown a turd at any of these people, take a fucking look in the mirror. There's going to be a lot of fucking turds thrown back at you. Everybody's leaving you alone. You just haven't done anything great enough to get on the fucking radar for someone to want to throw a turd at you.
There's certainly something to be said for that. People need something to bitch about, right, and complain about. So, but this was in the news this week because Jason Healy was talking last week because Tobey Maguire was at the Super Bowl with his young girlfriend, and there's Madonna things out there. So it's like, all right, let's have the chat about it, which is somewhat.
But to answer the quote, you said why. I mean, this is a why I would fucking never explore because it doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. 100%. 100%. Yeah. Well, Johnny, so we know that. So I think Sheryl has a reveal, but Dwayne Whitaker is 30 years her junior, actually. So I think Sheryl. Johnny, we're gonna get Dwayne on the show so he can spill tea on Sheryl here in the coming weeks. That's the plan. Hey, so I have your favorite TV character to walk you out of the show here in our vintage spot here, and I know who your favorite
on that level. You're gonna have to, not that I'm late to go anywhere, but I haven't had a piss, so you're on a fucking clock here, bro.
So quickly, Kai, we got to show this. We got to show John's quick character here because I know how much he loves Kit. Well, this is the scene in Knight Rider where Kit was dropped into an acid-pilled fit, good time, and Kit died a lovely death. And my friend John, I'm sure, would have been crying for that moment.
The end of the show?
Well, I don't know if it was the end of the one, but it was the scene where Kit was screaming and dying because it was going to be thrown into an acid-pilled fit, and Hasselhoff was crying because Kit was going to be destroyed. So
wow,
yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, just a horrible moment. Hey, John, before you go.
Hey, John, before you go, there's a clip that's got every dad yelling, "That's still me."
Coleman is 61 and moving like it's his rookie year. The club looks terrified, then impressed. A dancer hits a headstand in his lap. Coleman starts headbanging like rock and roll, and you can tell he's loving every second. He's not pushing her off. He's rocking his head like it's a concert, laughing like he won another big game.
Best part, Rampage is in the back grinning like a proud big brother. He's smiling so hard, it's contagious.
Big dog, remember this clip exists. If you go viral, we're calling you John Coleman.
I don't know what's better, John on the ostrich or John Coleman, or me having a mental vision of that John being there and Keith and John one day in the future and Anderson sitting there and having John, look at that. Hey, 61 still getting after it and having some fun with himself.
Oh my God.
Yeah, still savage, man.
Still savage. All right. So I know your bladder is being patiently savage right now. We had a lot of fun here today, Anderson. You get out of here.
Hey, John.
You get out of here, pal. Go and empty that bladder.
Have a great loop.
You guys. All right, Johnny's out of here. We're going to hang out with Sheryl for a few minutes here. Hey, Whitaker, I got some comments here. So Holroyd says, why can't we all just get along? My last girlfriend was 7 years younger than me, and my current girlfriend is 7 years older than me. Dude, you are an awesome. I hear you.
Rock it, Adam.
Why is it an issue? And then Good Time says, I really watched that show being that. Hey, Charlie, I did too, man. I did not miss. So John's gone now, so I can confess all I want. I did not miss Knight Rider. I fucking love Knight Rider, man. Did you watch Knight Rider show growing up?
Yes, I did. I watched it. I did.
Of course. So it was Dallas, Knots Landing, Knight Rider, Miami Vice.
Wow.
Right?
I know there's like a whole bunch we're missing.
Yeah. And then Petro, that's another Acetarian. Yes. Hey, sure. We learned a new word today.
What is that?
Acetarian.
What does acetarian mean?
Actually, I'm glad you asked. I'm really glad you asked.
Okay.
Oh, and Fall Guy too. I know. Yeah, Lee Majors, Heather Thomas.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the two Heathers. Oh yeah, I had two posters, Heather Thomas and Heather Locklear. I couldn't decide which one I liked more.
Oh wow, I remember them too.
Yeah.
Right, acetarian. What does that mean?
Acetarian. Well, the United States government, your government, Sheryl.
Let's go. Keep moving.
Decided to release. Oh, you're gonna love this. I got to get this set up for Whitaker because she's not ready for what I'm going to deliver next.
Oh, no.
You are not ready for this.
Okay.
The United States government yesterday has revealed that they are giving advice on what to put up your rectum. Foods for the rectum. Yeah, so realfood.gov, they launched a brand new website yesterday for people to go and not eat processed food, realfood.gov. Okay. And the site drove people to actually Grok, and people were asking about what food they can put up their rectum. And Grok was advising on behalf of the government that bananas and avocados and cucumbers would be good to put up the rectum. So, and that's direct from the United States Food Gov site yesterday advising food on what to put up Americans' rectums proudly from the United States. And I'm not making this shit up.
I know you're not making it up. I know you don't. When you pull this kind of stuff,
it's hard to really kind of grasp your head around the fact that it's a thing. It's like, yeah, we're advising, and that the term from that. I want to find my little note here. It was there we go. Here it is right here. Yeah. So it's the people prompted the bot with an acetarian, a person who claims to only consume food through rectal insertion.
Oh.
So just imagine that. So just go follow the conversation with me. So Johnny, yeah, you know, Mom, I'm thinking about I'm thinking about I want to be Jill. Okay, so Johnny wants to become Jill. So Johnny's going through life wanting to become Jill. Okay. And then maybe Frank is growing up through life and Frank's like, Mom, I like boys. Okay, great. I'm happy with boys as well. And then you can see Stevie coming up and saying, Mom, yes, Stevie. Well, I'm an acetarian. I've discovered that I like to eat food through rectal insertion. Like, how does somebody decide that?
But, okay, so... I literally, this doesn't happen very often, but I'm like Preston right now, the way he's just
yes. And Colton, you're bang on. Gays are gonna love this. Only eat with your ass. Now listen, hold on. We're talking gay being happy. I'm a very gay man. I'm happy all the time. Okay. No, we are literally talking about people who wake up deciding that they're only going to consume food through rectal insertions, and they're known as an acetarian.
I'm a pescatarian, right? So I only eat fish. I don't eat chicken, lamb, turkey, all that kind of stuff, right?
Yes.
I get that.
Yes.
I just don't just biologically, I'm trying to be really logical here. Biologically, it doesn't make any sense unless there are like ways to that your butt can absorb nutrients. You're going to be back to real food real soon.
So let's ask this question. So Grok, how many humans would we think are in the world that are actually acetarians?
And live to tell about it.
0. Or maybe 1. Some guy in a basement who read the site wrong and thought rectal insertion was code for suppository vitamins. But seriously, the government link was a glitch. Realfood.gov pointed to Grok because someone fat-fingered the code. Probably an intern who thought AI nutrition advisor meant ask the robot anything. And Grok? It just answered like a smart-ass bartender. Bananas? Sure, if you're into that. Avocados? Text is nice. Cucumbers? Keep them cool. No one's actually doing it. It's just the internet.
There you go. So, having some fun with Grok and United States Food Gov yesterday. So people, if you just listen to the last few moments, do not be sticking food up your ass. There's no recommended guidance on sticking food up your ass, and you're not going to become an acetarian. Colton says, I remember in university, you put alcohol in your butt to hit you really fast. But if you put food in it wouldn't digest. So I don't even know why you do that. So it's actually funny, Colton, because I know I partied with dudes that would insert alcohol into their ass to get them drunk faster.
I never even heard of that either.
It's bizarre.
That is bizarre.
Hey, how did your show go today? Sheryl Whitaker. It Starts with Joy, 8:30 live on It Starts with Joy.
We had a great time. Beatrice and Atlas were just wild. Melissa is just crazy good. Oh my gosh, we had a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
hey, Mudbutt, what's going on? You look like the guy Butt Boof. Hey, Mudbutt. Dude, I love your name, man. Mudbutt. That's pretty fucking good. Mudbutt. Yeah. So Mudbutt, where are you joining us from here today, Mudbutt? I'm Keith. That's Sheryl. You're on Morning to the Live with Keith and John. We go live every single day here on, it's morningtothelab.live. Love you guys. Good things. Colton Babs. Well, Colton, I appreciate you hanging out with us today. Colton, say hi to Mudbutt. Mudbutt, say hi to Colton Babs. And Dwayne, say hi to Mudbutt and Colton Babs. I'll tell you right now, Sheryl, I just love calling people's names out because, anybody who decides to call themselves Mudbutt, Mudbutt, you're in the bathroom. Hey, Mudbutt, let's go check into our show. Go to mitl.live, and go check into the show and post a picture. I invite you to post a picture from you sitting on the shitter right now. True story. Let's see it. Sitting on the shitter. Is it a wood? So is it like a wood paneled shitter, or is it like an outhouse? Is it porcelain? Hey, Sheryl, what's with the wood covered toilet tops?
Well, that's from back in the day, and actually,
do you remember?
No, thankfully.
Hold on. You mean your mom and dad did not have the wood thing installed on top of the porcelain?
No. Oh wait, you mean the wood?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
What's with that?
I don't know. I was out in the woods when you said that. I was thinking about outhouse.
Oh, the outhouse. Oh, I grew up going to outhouses because I go to the farm. So I remember.
So yes, you did. Ooh.
Yeah, nasty. My cousin. So he would often go. So it's happened to him twice. He goes to the outhouse, loses his glasses down the outhouse.
No.
So couldn't see for a few days. It was like, dude, I'm like, yeah, sorry, I'm not going down to get it. Just gross.
That is just totally. It's just gone. It's gone. It's gone forever.
Yeah. Mud Butt Company commode and Good Time says padded seats.
Oh yeah, I remember the padded seats too.
Yeah, what's up with the padded seats?
I don't know. And then after a while, they would crack, right? They would crack.
Yeah. Yes.
Right?
Yes. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Hey, so I'm curious. How did your leadership? How did your trending topic go today, Miss Whitaker?
Oh, it went really well.
Yeah.
Oh yes, you're the masters. We're just figuring this out together. Your trending topics always help. This one was a good one, right?
It was.
About Jesse Jackson losing him and just having to be the one who's always like consistent, always showing up, and trying to go with control.
Yes.
Yeah. It was really good, and Sam did a great job.
Yeah, Sam was good. Your guest was good today on the show, Sam.
He was a great guest. Yeah. What I need to do is more of what you just did with everyone. So I was so into it today. I didn't have my comments on the side.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh shit. Hey, this person, hey.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that's my critique that's my feedback. Get better at engaging in the chat.
Finding people on the side there. Yeah. So when Cheryl and I were putting together her show today, we were talking about the trending topic and the Jesse Jackson death. And it's interesting because we talked about Jesse yesterday in the show a little bit, and he was not loved by many people. He was he was despised by many people. And that wasn't really the point of the conversation. It was really the point of the conversation that many leaders are not disliked, but being a leader means something. And that's kind of what as you and I were talking about. It's just about this idea of being a leader, right? And making a decision, whether it's right or wrong, it's making the decision, it's standing for something. And that is hard, man, especially when it goes
to that, right? Like the cost of that is like, it's a lot that you,
it is.
Yeah, that's what Sam and I, my guest, Sam Vinci, talked about today, because he owns 3 businesses. He does charity work. I mean, and it's kind of like, it's crushing to balance it all.
Yeah.
You know,
so what do you got planned for next week's show? You wrapped up this one. What are you excited about for next week's?
We are going to be I've got an interesting guest coming on next week, and she is an intuitive coach, and she talks about human design. So we might be getting into a little bit of that, a little bit of what we call woo-woo.
Woo. Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, listen, I'm going to walk you out of here. I got a little bit of a monologue. I'm going to get into the Mornings in the Lab studios and the stuff that we're building here. And I would invite you to give that a listen and so forth. But I'm excited you had a good show here today. The team took care of you. It was all good.
The team was absolutely amazing. I mean, it's just from beginning to end, just beautiful work being done together. We're building something really tremendous.
Yes, I know.
Very grateful, very blessed. So
beautiful,
thank you so much.
Beautiful. All right, friends. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for jumping in. This is a regular every Wednesday. Whitaker's jumping in with Keith and John. And I was watching the clock today. Actually, I was watching to see when you were wrapping up, and I was like, "Oh, I'm thinking what?" And then I saw the little light come on down below. Oh, Whitaker's down there. So that's good. It's good.
It's good. Thanks, Keith. Have a good one.
Hey, hold on before you go. Hey, Kai, let's throw this on the screen. The AI or not AI? Do you think this is AI or not? Kai, put this up before me.
Oh, okay.
Check this out. AI or not AI? This happened in China, or did it? It's a big sinkhole happening, and you can see the people. That looks scary as shit. Could you imagine being around that? So is that real or not real?
Oh shit! It's getting worse. And they're all running.
Real or not real? Nation, real or not real? Good time, Mud Hat, Dwayne, Colton, Holroyd, whoever's paying attention right now, who can see the screen. AI or not AI? Petra says AI. Cheryl, AI or not AI?
I'm just gonna say not AI, just to be.
Yeah. So it's not AI. That's actually something happening in what's it? Shanghai, China. It's and Melissa says it's real. That is scary, man.
That is scary, especially because that could happen anywhere.
Yeah, look at the people at the top there, right? Because they're just kind of slowly looking, and then you're like, holy shit, we better run, and they're all just running back.
Yeah,
I did some research into this. It didn't say if anybody. It said nobody died, which is good. I don't like to put things in the show where people die, but that was. Yeah, and it's funny because I see Neiman's comment here, which there's always seems to be sinkholes in China. There does actually seem to always be. I'm always finding clips of sinkholes in China.
Wow,
that's scary. Scary.
Woo.
Yeah, so there you go. That was real. Yes, and you guys did have it a few times happen in the U.S. Absolutely. Don't build.
Absolutely. Disney.
And real tips from Good Time: don't build on a sinkhole, or don't build on an aciditarian asshole. Sheryl Whitaker this morning with Keith Billis on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Sheryl, we'll see you later, okay? Have a good one. All right, guys. There goes Sheryl. You're hanging out with me. Good morning, everybody. You're left with the handsome chief. That's Jimmy over there. What's shaking, nation? What a fun show today. We talked Reddit's Root Tide. We talked aciditarians. I got to ring that one. I got to squeeze as much as I can out of that one. Oh, yes. Squeezing as much juice as possible out of the aciditarian conversation is the goal there for that one. Okay. All right. Listen, Morning Focus, the monologue. I got something to say, and I'm excited to share it with you guys. And it's called Build a Show That People Belong To. Coming up next right now on Mornings in the Lab.
Everyone says post more, clip more. That's not the game anymore. They're selling you chores. The internet doesn't have a content problem. It has a belonging problem. That's why Live is back. Not Hope and Pray Live, Real Room Live. Most shows end when the stream ends. Ours keep running with polls, proof, questions, streaks, and rituals. Is character and universe, powered by Conversation OS. If you want fans to belong, you need a better room.
All right. Hey, Kai, how's my music? How's my audio? Producer Kai on the buttons today. Jimmy was over on Cheryl's show. Great job, guys. Really great job. It's funny because you guys, all of you guys tuning into the show here live or on demand have been part of our experience. And you know when shit's good or you know when shit's not good because the guy behind the control here is yep. But good job, guys. All right, listen. Everybody's talking about content like it's the goal. Post more. Yeah, just post more. Just post more content, they all say. No. Clip more. No. Go viral. The viral thing just still confuses me. It does, because it's like, okay, so I went viral. Great, what happened? Nothing? Oh, but I went viral. Yeah, good for you. But so, and it's not because I haven't gone viral. That's really not it. I really don't understand it. That's like saying, so Good Time, that's like saying, hey, I had 1,000 people drive by my restaurant today and they never drove by again. Yay! Like that's actually what viral is. People are like, yeah, I went viral today. Okay. Yeah, I had 1 million people walk by me today and they all waved at me. And they all acknowledged me and they all stayed for 3 seconds and then they walked away again. But we celebrate the virality of that. I just don't understand it. Or it's all about, hey, you got to feed the algorithm. What the hell does that mean? Neiman, what does it mean? Feed the algorithm. I'm not really sure what that means either. And I'm sitting here thinking, as we're building this platform, this business, that just doesn't seem to be the game anymore. Like, is that the game in 3 years from now? I went viral. 1 million people walked by my house and didn't stop in. Like who out there on the planet in their good business sense celebrates, I had 1 million people walk by my restaurant, nobody stopped in to buy anything? Because that's what viral is. That's what virality is. So let's as Johnny was saying, let's simplify it. 1 million people walked by your restaurant and waved. Actually, 10 million people walked by and waved. Woo-wee! Awesome. Good for you. Congratulations. 10 million people. That's great. But what happened to the guy who has the restaurant with 10 people sitting there every single day for 2 hours? Oh, he's not feeding the algorithm or he's not viral, so he must not be worth it because there's only 10 people there. Something seemed bizarre for me with that one. And to me, I don't think the internet has a content problem. No, we have maybe a framing problem, which is, 1 million aciditarians in the restaurant eating food in the rectum, Kai, or 100 people not eating food at all. Or maybe it's this where do I belong problem, right? It's 1 million people drove by the restaurant, waved at it, or 10 people stayed in the restaurant, starving for another video, starving to feel seen, wanting to participate, wanting to matter. And to me, that seems to be the part of something that comes alive. And that to me is why live, I believe, and you're seeing, is coming back so hard. And not live as in just go live and hope for the best. No, live as in a real moment, a real room, real relationships. Again, let's pause for a second. 1 million people drove by Charlie's restaurant and he celebrated his virality. Great. But then 10 people stopped into our room for a real relationship and were chided for that. Bizarre. So what we've decided to do is build Mornings in the Lab Studios with you guys. Our show, our network, our platform, Conversation OS. Now, of course, the studio. Now, this is not a video agency. No, we're actually not even a kind of, I got to say this word. We're actually not even a podcast agency. No, not that at all. And we're not even a content factory. No, we are far from all of that. Not a content factory, not a video agency, not a podcast house. No, we are a live conversation and community studio, which means we don't just produce a show. We build a system that makes people return tomorrow. Think about that. You guys come back here tomorrow. Could you imagine if you guys just kept driving by the Mornings in the Lab restaurant, never coming in? I wouldn't know who Adam Holroyd is, the OG. I wouldn't get a chance to ban Charlie on day one, Good Time, who's been so loyal listener on the show on a daily basis. I wouldn't have had a chance to meet Mike Sullivan or Petro because they all just would have been driving by chasing virality. So here's the difference of what we are building. Most shows end when the stream ends. Show's over. Ours doesn't. No, it doesn't actually. Because every show we build, Mornings, Whitaker's show, Hewlett's show, what we are building includes a companion layer, a community engine that runs during the show and after the show. True story, polls, proof, questions, streaks, a proof wall, rituals, not for engagement, not for virality. No, for membership, for habit. Yes, because a show without community is content. A show without community is canceled. And here's the part I think people still don't understand about what we are building. Our real moat, no, it's not the cameras. It's not the overlays. And it's not even the companion app that we offer our customers or ourselves. It's what we call the creator, character, and universe engine. You see, look at it. Look at the world we've created here. We are experts at creating this AI universe that doesn't feel like gimmicks. You got Frankie, you got Tommy, you got Sterling, you got Preston, Wide Eyes, Narrow Eyes. You got Sophia Grant, Smoke Show. You got Maya Reyes. Hollywood quality, intentional characters that can step into a real world live and hold their own. True motherfucking story. And we can take humans like myself, Jon Andersen, Sheryl Whitaker, and drop them into AI universes. We do that daily. And blur the line so people say, wait a minute. Is this real? Like, is Sophia Grant real? She's real if you want her to be real. Because that is where entertainment is going. Blurring the line between what is real and what is not as real. Not human versus AI, human plus AI. One story world, one cast, one shared reality, talk shows, news desks, sitcoms, specialty channels, music channels, entire universes being built right here in the Mornings in the Lab Studios. And we can do it all because we have built an operating system called Conversation OS that powers it all, the engine. And it's the workflow that turns the chaos into a machine. We take the idea, we turn it into the run of the show. Live, clips, community, nonstop. The community loop. So You're not scrambling every week or every day. You're just compounding, less scramble, more consistency, faster iteration. So yeah, we're doing that right here. The Mornings in the Lab Studios. Not because we want to make more content. No, actually, worse. We're building the next generation of shows. Not worse, better than worse. The kind of people that don't just watch, the kind of shows that people belong to. And if you're a founder, if you're a creator, and if you're a brand, you can feel this. If you know your audience wants more than a post, because I bet they all do. Have you guys spent time on LinkedIn lately? How unreal it isn't? Not a lot of humans on there anymore. Nope. True story. How do I know? Because I'm one of the bots out there on the platform, not as a real human. So if you know your audience wants more than a post, they want a connection, they want a community, they want an engagement, they want a conversation, then you aren't looking for a bigger following. You're not looking for a viral post. No, you need a better room. And that's what we do here. We can build that room with you. And what do we call it? We call it Mornings in the Lab. And we call it Mornings in the Lab Studios. Live right now, right here, every single day, 8 o'clock on the Mornings in the Lab Live Network as part of Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and Friends. So we got the show, we got the network, we got the operating system, and now we have the studio bringing this to you every single day. Kai, let's get after it. Maya Reyes, the Community Corner, coming up next on Mornings in the Lab.
Real Talk Nation, it's never been easier to look competent. We have tools everywhere. Income is flowing, and our schedules are dialed in. Yet, a lot of guys still feel one disruption away from panic. So in today's Community Corner, we're grabbing the bull by its horns. Are you actually independent or just well insulated in your comfort bubble?
Charlie says, and all I said was I needed to hear this today. Banned. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that, Charlie. And now Keith and Charlie are talking about daily. I get you on the show on a daily basis. You are a regular listener, a regular habit. I get your texts. I get the clips you send. I love it, man. Just think if we didn't ban you. Hey, guys, over on YouTube, stop letting AI lower your standard. Most humans are using AI to move faster, almost none to get better. And that's the core argument from the Mitt Monk over at YouTube. He breaks work down into two buckets. Bucket one, low judgment tasks. Bucket two, high judgment tasks. His argument is to let AI clear bucket one so you can spend more energy obsessing over bucket two. But most humans are doing the opposite. What's going on, Unknown? No, I'm not AI. I'm a human. Where are you joining us from? Where are you joining us? Unknown XYZ-00. Unknown is joining us from not sure where. UAI. No, I'm a real human. Keith Billis, host of Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and Friends. We're talking about Mick Monk's story about stop letting AI lower your standards, because most humans are doing the opposite. They're outsourcing the thinking. They're pasting the answers. They're skipping the friction. And friction is where the intelligence grows. So Mick Monk introduces two ideas. Drag the low leverage work for high leverage skills. And if AI makes everything frictionless, your brain atrophies. If AI increases difficulty, your intelligence and value compounds over time. I'm telling you, man, AI makes you smarter, not dumber. Unknown XYZ joining us from Mars today. I love it. What's going on in Mars? Hey, I read some news today that they discovered that Mars had a tropical forest on it. True story. True story. Yeah. What can you tell me about that? Unknown, do you got a house up there on Mars, or what's going up on Mars? Tell us about Mars. Mars. Unknown. Hey, Substack, your job is a security container, not security. I wanna, Johansson. I wanna says when it comes down to it, most people don't want money. Oh my God. No, I don't agree with that, actually. I think she's full of shit. Nope, true story. I'll tell you why. Who doesn't want money? That's wrong. So people that tell me they don't want money are full of shit. You know why? Because they can't make money. That's exactly what it is. Or no, that's actually what it is. It's just a true story. Those that say they don't want more money, it's a lie. You want more money, you just don't know how to get it. So you've absorbed the fact that you're not going to get it, you don't know how to get it, so you're just going to go poo-poo on all of us that go make money. So I don't agree. Nope. Hey, you not knowing nothing, just enjoying less oxygen than you guys. That's awesome. Yeah, enjoying less oxygen up on Mars. Unknown is joining us here on the Big Show, Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. But I want to say, when it comes down to it, most people don't want money. No. What they really want is safety and a full-time job. No. So here's the thing for me. If you make lots of money, you can get yourself safety. Make lots of money, you can get yourself an airplane to fly your dogs around. And if you make yourself lots of money, security, safety, all that comes. So to those that don't want to make lots of money, I think that is full of baloney. True story. Hey, LinkedIn, discipline in the body builds resilience in the mind. Eli Rubel reduces his work philosophy to 2 non-negotiables. The guy lives strictly by his calendar, pushing himself physically every day, and he believes that when you voluntarily do hard physical things, you recalibrate your stress threshold. An ultra marathon makes a tense client feel small. A brutal gym session makes a missed target. I'm with you, good time. We all want more money. Anybody telling us differently doesn't know how to or has accepted they're not going to get more money. So it's like saying, well, I'm not going to make any more, or I can't make any more, so I'm going to accept that, and I'm going to tell everybody around me that you don't want more money, that your happiness is actually not for more money. That's baloney. Trust me. From somebody who's made money, who hasn't had money, no, you want the money. True story. Yep, 100%. Hey, so Eli says, if you never stress your body on purpose, your stress tolerance shrinks. Hey, Maya, do you want more money? Walk me out of here. Let's get out of here today on Mornings in the Lab.
Fellas, if your edge depends on a tool, a company, or motivation, it's temporary. If it depends on your judgment, your adaptability, and your ability to do hard shit, that's what's gonna carry you through when you need it most. True story. Bet on yourself and never get too comfortable. See you next time.
Guys, that's where we're going to leave it for today. Now it's time to get the hell out of here and go empty my bladder. Yep. Get after the rest of the day. Thanks for spending your morning with us. Good time. Unknown, Holroyd, Whitaker, Sullivan, Lauren, the whole gang. Petro, I appreciate all of you guys. You guys have a choice. Mudbutt. Oh, hey, we can't forget Mudbutt. Kai, we can't forget Mudbutt. Mudbutt, thanks for hanging out with us today, man. Kindness rising. I appreciate you hanging out with us, Mudbutt. Yep, 100%. Okay, guys, hey, listen, we're back tomorrow. Yes, we are. Live, 8 o'clock. But today, what do we get after today? Jimmy, I want money, but I will not swallow $300. Yes, yesterday we saw a Filipino security guard steal some money and swallow it. But that's not how they got after it. Okay, so listen, my outro is messed up because we didn't get to a lot of it today. We talked Reddit True Tide. We did. We talked Reddit True Tide. We talked Acetarians. I had a lot of good fun here today. Guys, my bladder's full. I got to rock and roll. Get me out of here. Mornings in the Lab. .live, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on the network. Mornings in the Lab. .live, mitl.live. We'll see you guys tomorrow.